What the fuck? Do we have sound? Can you guys hear me? It's not saying it. It's not showing up in, okay, there we go. Alright, cool. What's up? My fault. I don't know what the hell happened there. That was a little strange. Let's zoom out a little bit. A little too far zoomed in. Zoom it out a little bit. There we go. I think it's a bit more, I think it's a bit less, claustrophobic. Here's your favorite part of the stream, guys. Creepy eye mode. Look at me. Oh my god, that's so fucking horrifying! That is even scarier with this lighting. Let's do it one more time for the people at home. It's like the ending of fucking the Thriller music video. Oh my god, it's horrible. I hate that. Alright, what's going on here? The correct Cali Dog villain. No, even worse. It looked like a cutaway. Like, not even like an actual villain. Like, when you know, like, it would cut away and just play something fucking terrifying for no reason. That's how I feel. Dark Xana. The dark ocean has taken me over. Dragomon, it wants me. What the fuck is going on here? Is it plugged in? It's plugged in. Right? Try that. There we go. It was not plugged in. Or maybe it was. I don't know. That's strange. Come on now. Come on now. I know it's showing up on stream, but it's not showing up on my end. So give me a second here. You can't have a stream without it going wrong in like 5 different ways for no good reason. Jesus. Me and Jess went to Walmart the other day, and I saw like they had a capture card there for like $60. I just think that's so crazy that you can go and get a capture card for like that cheap nowadays. Cause I only have this capture card because I got it on fucking Mercari for like less than it was asking for, just because the guy just didn't want it. He opened it. It was like it was open, and I was like, "What's wrong with it?" And he's like, "Nothing. I just didn't want it." And I was like, all right, I took the chance, and thankfully it worked. All right, so first of all, I got Arrows Yink, Weapon X, Larabox, Azu's in the house. They will be coming in the stream very soon. And yeah. See the full sprite sheet for the Godzilla device? Not yet. I don't really want to see that. I might end up seeing it just by accident, but I don't want to see just because I don't want to get spoiled. I don't want to know like everything that's on there. But I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of cool stuff. P. Griffin. Hey, remember the time Xana went dark? Santa, did you see your boy Mojimon? No, I didn't. I saw. Who did they announce? I saw you posted it. I forgot who the hell it was. Maybe it was Mojimon. Where the hell's my? All right, we have a slight problem where it's showing up in here, but it's not showing up like for me, which is not ideal. Let me see something real quick. Okay, it's still showing up there too, but it's not showing up for me here, like in front of me. Medieval Golem. Oh yeah, Belfamon. That's the one I saw. That's pretty hype. I was not expecting to do Belfamon Rage Mode. Very happy about that. At the same time, though, I remember we were having that conversation, and we were like, "Oh, are they gonna do?" We were talking about whether or not they were gonna do the Demon Lords. And we were like, "No, they're gonna do the Demon Lords. Why would they do that?" And then they did it anyway. So I guess that confirms all 7 right then and there, which is cool. You know, not necessarily. I think we could have had like something new, personally, but I'm not complaining. Not really a complaint. It's just, you know, an observation, I assume. Alright, I'm trying to see if I can find I mean, it's pretty obvious they were gonna do Demon Lords, as Barbamon and Loosemon were confirmed already. Oh, were they? I didn't even fucking see that. I had no idea. They do have the assets too, so they might as well just work with what they got. What the actual H? Let's see something real quick. And then let's I would rather not play from the capture like this because there's a lot of lag. I mean, we don't really necessarily, it won't affect anything horribly, but at the same time, I'd rather not deal with that. Let's see, son. Hey, everybody. Just don't mind me. I'm just trying to figure something out here. Just gonna fucking, I don't know, figure this shit out. Okay. That didn't do anything. Let me just unplug it from the dock. Plug it back into the dock and see what something happens. Okay, there you go. Fuck. I don't really know what's going on here. This is weird because it's saying detecting signal, but it's like... Yeah, this is really weird. I've never, like, I feel like every time, ever since we come back to streaming, I feel like there is something new fucking up. It's like, this has never happened before. Well, yeah, I know you guys can see it, but, like, I can't see it. Like, I can see it from OBS, which is, like, not ideal. If I don't get this fixed in the next, like, 2 seconds, I'm just going to call it here. Not call the stream, but I'm just going to just play from, like, OBS. It's not ideal. There's a bit of lag, but with a game like this, it doesn't really matter. I wouldn't really say lag. It's like an input delay. That's pretty obvious if you're doing anything, like, intense. But I'm not playing, like, Mega Man or anything. For some reason, for me, when I play through OBS, like, there's, like, an input lag. Like, it's not... Like, I noticed it when I was playing, back when, like, Kirby and the Forgotten World came out. Or the Lost World, whatever it was called. I think Forgotten Land. There we go. When Kirby and the Forgotten Land came out, it was really bad. It was, like, really, like, it was, like, making me, like, miss inputs and stuff. Because it wasn't, like, great. But again, it's so strange. It's saying, like, waiting for a device. Like, whoa, it's plugged in. It's working. It's here. It's literally, I'm looking at it, you know? It's just strange. It's so strange. Wow. Wow. It's so strange. Who would, what the fuck? That's even weirder. That's so strange. Sorry, I just realized it's 2 are showing up. Alright, well, can't see it from here. That's fine. We'll just run it from the capture. Azu, let's see if we can get this running without any issue.
Hello.
Alright, Okay, I think they can hear you. I'm pretty sure I just saw the lines move. Okay, so actually, I have an idea. I'm gonna put OBS on my main screen, and I'll put the stream things on the second screen because I have two screens now. All right, cool. We're playing from capture or through OBS because my Elgato works and doesn't work at the same time.
Yeah, no, I know that feel. I have been playing all my Switch games via just creating a separate like quote unquote TV mode in OVS to just watch my Switch through.
Yeah, well, it's strange because I was doing that before and it was fine, but like I said, I noticed it with Kirby. It was like, oh my god, like there's like a good like second worth of delay. Jesus Christ! Oh my god, hold on, this is so loud.
Yeah, that's Cyber Sleuth in a nutshell.
Every time I launch this game, no matter what I do, it just has to blast my ears.
No. Like that's the thing. That's the thing. Like, all these like if I like I have Cyber Sleuth music saved to like the general playlist I listen to, and so I'll just be minding my own business. Oh fuck! Did the audio cut out? Hold on.
Oh, I hope not. Either that or the actual like game was that fucking loud, which I would not be surprised.
That would make sense.
I think the game just completely drowned all of us out.
Like a Cyber Sleuth track will pop up on whatever on like my like general playlist. It's just like blasting compared to everything else.
Like, what were they thinking? Like, Jesus Christ. Alright, there was something I could have evolved here, because I low-key leave this running in the background when I'm done streaming. Alright, let's see. We can make a Lady Digimon, that's cool.
Ooh, fun.
Oh, maybe we'll, oh, yeah, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. How do I not have Lilithmon? That's kind of crazy.
That is kind of crazy.
That's fucking insanity. What the hell's going on here? Alright, well, I need a lot of that. Okay, so I remember there was someone else oh, there we go. I don't know who the hell this is. I think this is, I forgot who even thought this even was. I had a couple of theories.
I mean,
is
like
lesbians available? It will be.
It can't be. It could be.
Oh, it's King Edamon? Okay.
Oh.
What? Okay, he did not look like that from the thing, but sure, I guess.
No, he did not.
Like, I didn't even know. Like,
I can kind of see it now, but like, that is not the shape that the head had.
No, I was not getting that. I was thinking of like, I forgot what the name of the damn Digimon is. There's a whole other Digimon I was thinking about, not that one.
Yeah, no.
Do I have Alphamon? I don't know if I ever got Alphamon. I'm gonna get him again. Fuck it, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get him again. Hi, Dazu. So, as always, you have been invited to the stream to blow our collective minds.
Okay. So I have two potential things to talk about in that regard. So, one, which is a personal project of mine I have been working on for quite some time,
Ooh.
Purely for the sake of my own insanity. The other, I found out about like 2 days ago, that's only like tangentially related to Digimon, but has terrifying implications for everything.
I was gonna say, I feel like everything is tangentially connected to Digimon at this point, so I don't really think it's that far off.
Okay, but like, this is far more tangentially related to Digimon than you would ever expect.
Oh boy.
And the deeper you go, the more so it becomes.
Oh boy.
So, I will leave it up to you which hell we dive into first.
You can talk about the first one now, your project, because I would like to hear about that. Oh my God, we have Creepymon, everyone. I fucking hate that name. It's so stupid. Okay.
It's such a stupid name, but also like, of course, that's the name they had to go with.
What is it again? Devi?
It makes no sense
what's
because
his
Devimon was fine.
Yeah. What is his name again? Satamon? No.
Digimon.
Yeah, Demon. Which is funny because Satamon, isn't he the same? It's called Satamon? Oh yeah, look, that's who I thought it was. I thought it was Matadormon. The King Adamon sprite? It looked like a Matadormon more than King
me
Adamon.
too.
Like, what
I was thinking that too, but it couldn't be because that's not a mega level.
Yeah, we're just getting gaslit left and right here. Also, yes, we're going. This is the lesbian run officially, guys. We're gonna try to get to.
Let's go.
This is officially the lesbian run. We're gonna have Sister Ciel, Noir Awakened. What's their fusion again between Andromon and Lady Devimon?
The fusion is Mastemon.
Yeah, we're gonna have Mastemon and then the Awakened sisters and then Kazuhamon. That's they're just gonna have a team of bad bitches. It's gonna be the go ahead here.
Let's go. Oh, so Jordan, the way this game works, it is pretty much any Digimon can end up as any other Digimon by going up and down the Digivolution ladder. So your best bet is to just look up a guide and see what your options are that way.
Yeah, if you end up getting anything that's like related to him, you'll get him because like I think you can find what's the baby of Impmon again?
I don't know if that baby's in this game.
Oh, is he not? I thought Yamon was in here. If he's not, then I know for sure like Impmon is in here. So once you get Impmon, you can kind of like futz your way about.
Yeah, no.
Whoa, Hobo Artist is here. What's up, man? And Jordan, what's up?
Yeah.
Unless you're an Agumon.
And yeah, no. If you have Impmon, you can take Wizardmon, and then whichever Digimon looks the most demonic should lead you to
Beelzemon, yeah. Ooh. I think
it's Blue. I think it's Skullmaramon is what they use for this one because it's free Ballmon.
I think it
Not
is Skullmaramon.
like, yeah.
Alright, HP generator, sandbag.
Alright. So. First off, Larry. No, it's not Sega this time. It's something worse.
Oh boy. It's worse than Sega. It's Konami.
It's worse than Sega. It is so much. No. It's worse in the other direction.
Oh boy.
So. So my personal research project. For those of you who don't know me, hi, my name is Azu, also known as Blue Dragon, also known as #1 Digimon researcher, Gozu Dragon. I recently started watching Gojuger. It's fucking peak.
I've been hearing. I keep seeing clips. I'm like, this is like beyond levels of peak.
Like me and Sumi and Bridget, we just got to the end of the episode where Daijujin shows up in a cloak.
Wait, oh, okay. I keep seeing
the Dino Megazord in a cloak.
I keep seeing memes about that, like people putting cloaks on their toys and shit. I didn't know they actually just did that.
No, they actually did that. Like with no setup whatsoever. The episode that we just finished just ends with fucking Daijujin in a cloak just emerging from a cloud of smoke.
What the fuck? That's awesome.
Pokemon versus Digimon Death Battle.
Did they do
honestly pretty accurate?
Did they do a new one, or is it you're talking about the one that came out a while
If it's
back?
the classic one of Tai versus Red,
I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it. I think it was.
I hate to say it, but like, they're not really comparable in terms of scope, and that's kind of what the Death Battle proves.
No, yeah. I think it was really funny. I know a lot of people were like, a lot of Pokemon fans were butthurt, but it's like, it's just not comparable. Like a War Greymon, it's just like not even close to being at the level of like it's so beyond the highest form of Digimon practically. It's like not even funny. Like Digimon are like practically gods.
The way Digimon growth patterns work is it's an exponential power curve. once you reach the perfect level, and like even, you're at the level of something akin to most minor legendaries. Mega level is absolutely on par with any legendary box legendary that you could find. And there is such a wide range of power at the mega level that you can absolutely find several Digimon that could go up against Arceus and win. Because even Arceus, in its full power, as the creator deity of the Pokemon world, we have Digimon that regularly kill their own god.
All the time, yeah. It's like a common. It's like the Shin Megami Tensei meme. It's like meet your friends. Final episode, kill God. Like it's like every single thing. Yeah, exactly. It's not. We're not even branching into super megas yet. Like an Omnimon easily just like wipes the floor with like any box legendary, any mythical.
X literally killed Yggdrasil.
Yeah, there you go. Like
it's a reboot.
I was gonna say all delete like that move alone, and that's just like Omnimon. Like that's not even like. Because you could argue who's the strongest Royal Knight.
Omegamon is arguably on the weaker end of the Royal Knights.
I was just about to say that. Like, we can argue until the cows come home about who's strongest, who's weakest, but Omnimon's definitely not, like, the strongest. Like, he's pretty low rung, if you ask me, too. And he can fucking...
we have to be real here. We have to be real here.
We have to be real, yeah.
Omegamon is on the lower end of the Royal Knights simply because it is a sword being wielded by two Digimon not meant to wield it. It is a sword wielding two Digimon as its hosts. It's not at its full power because it at its full power is in the hands of Imperial Ultramon Paladin mode.
Exactly, and like, I think it's just funny. Like, I feel like a lot of Digimon fans are fans of both. I have never met a Digimon fan that's like, fuck Pokemon. But Pokemon fans are so weird about Pokemon. I just think it's funny because, like, your average Digimon fan does not care. They've grown up liking both. So when the Death Battle came out, I just feel like a lot of Digimon fans are like, yeah. Like, everyone expected it. I feel like the Pokemon fans were, like, super butthurt. They're like, that's ridiculous. The only thing I'll say about the Death Battle, I think, like, the ending is, like, overly, like, mean-spirited. Like, they did not have to, like, dunk on Ash and Charizard like that. But other than that, like, it is, like, power scaling-wise, it's totally accurate. Like, it's not comparable, like, at all. I feel like...
My favorite part of that death battle, though, is Ty running up, beating the shit out of Red, and being like, call off your dragon!
No, yeah! Even that, though, because, like, I think, like, there's only very few moments I can think of, like, a trainer actually actively getting involved in anything. But, like... Tamers have thrown hands multiple times in the series. Like, it's been shown to happen. Like, they're just built like that.
Yeah.
Oh.
But...
I didn't know you could pet that fucking cat. That's awesome.
Yeah. Alright. So... Here, let me tell you... Here's how I'll start off. This, like, personal research project of mine. I know why the digital hazard is on Mirage Galgamon's chestplate.
Okay.
And the answer is Black War Greymon.
How?
Actually, no, it's not Black War Greymon. It's the Black War Greymon. It's the War Greymon that happens to be colored black that people keep mistaking for Black War Greymon.
Wait, what?
Okay. Now that I've gotten you properly baffled.
I was like, wait, what? This requires... What is happening? Hold on, wait. What is happening? What is happening?
Alright. So, the thing. So, first things first. This all started because, so if you're familiar with me, my partner Digimon is a version 4 Darkdramon from the Digital Monster Color. And my partner in crime, Sumi, has a Bancho Leomon from the Digital Monster Color version 3. So obviously our Jogress is Chaosmon.
Mm-hmm.
However, that got me going on a research rabbit hole into everything about Chaosmon, because that's just how my brain works. Which includes fun facts, such as, technically speaking, Chaosmon is the digital world's equivalent of a missing no, because it is actually a catch-all term meant to refer to any kind of error which can occur during the Jogress process.
Oh.
Hence why there are technically like 8 of them.
Okay.
Even though we've only seen 2.
Yeah.
So, I don't mean either of those, Larry. But we'll get there. So, one of the things I noticed when looking into Chaosmon, first off, is that Bancho Leomon is actually was actually specifically designed as a Chimeramon evolution.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Cause its debut device, the Axel Justice Genome,
Mm-hmm.
the 2 Digimon that can evolve into Bancho Leomon are Loader Leomon and Chimeramon.
Mm-hmm.
Then, on the Crossloader, Bancho Leomon did not appear, but you could still get Chaosmon by digicrossing Darkdramon and Chimeramon.
Oh, okay.
Seemingly in direct reference to that. And then, on the Digital Monster Color, you have Chimeramon, which can either fuse with Mugendramon to become Millenniummon, or evolve into Bancho Leomon and then fuse with Darkdramon to become Chaosmon. So here's where the fun begins, though. So, obviously, Chaosmon, Millenniummon, and Chaosdramon are the 3 super ultimates available to the Digital Monster Color versions 3 through 5.
Yeah.
And that got me thinking, is there some kind of connection between the 3 of them? Because they haven't really been placed next to each other they don't really end up placed next to each other very often. But there does seem to be a repeatedly established connection between Chimeramon and Bancho Leomon, which does inherently tie Millenniummon and Chaosmon together. Additionally, there's obviously the connection between Millenniummon and Chaosdramon, as they both are evolutions of Mugendramon. And then that kind of loops around to, what kind of possible connection could Darkdramon have that would allow the achieving of Chaosdramon? But also, what kind of connection is there between Chaos, and by extension, what kind of connection is there between Chaosmon and Chaosdramon? And with the second question, the obvious answer, they both have Chaos in their name. Are there any other Digimon that have Chaos in their name? Xanaxdu.
Okay.
And this is where the rabbit hole begins.
Oh boy.
But, first things first. One thing I want to say is there is a term that I have not really coined, but have coined in regards to Digimon. You've heard the term subspecies before, referring to different variants of the same species of Digimon.
Yes.
Blitzgreymon is a Wargreymon subspecies. I am introducing a term here called superspecies.
Okay.
It is effectively the opposite of a subspecies. So, for example, Draymon, a species family, could be considered the super species of Seadramon. However, you could also put it like this. You could say that Metal is a super species, which contains Metal Greymon, Metal Mamemon, Metal Garurumon, etc.
Okay.
Here's where things get complex. So the only Digimon that have Chaos as a super species or super type is Chaosmon, Chaosdramon, and Chaosdukemon. If you trace Chaos... So the two important things about Chaosdukemon is obviously, for one thing, it is the same entity as Megidramon. They are explicitly the same Digimon, which means that there is a connection to the digital hazard.
Okay.
Additionally, if you trace back the evolution line for Chaosdukemon, and by extension Megidramon, you have Black Megalograumon, but then you have Black Graumon. Black Graumon is explicitly described as the quote-unquote natural form of Graumon. That the red is actually the variant, which occurs when the Digimon is actually tamed. And that is something that's particularly interesting, because Black Graumon is one of the Digimon that in Ghost Game was implied to have a connection to Black Digitron. Just like Black Galgomon and Black Agumon. But we're gonna put a pin in that for now, because Draggy hit the nail on the head for where I'm going next. If we trace back Chaosdramon...
Oh.
Chaosdramon is the perfected form of Chaos Lord from Digimon World 2. Chaos Lord is has 3 associated Digimon, which are referred to as the Chaos Generals. Those being Chaos Piedmon, Chaos War Greymon, and Chaos Seadramon. The 3 of them are black variants, or specifically black and silver variants, of Piedmon, War Greymon, and Seadramon respectively. However, what's particularly of note is that they retain their original attributes. Chaos War Greymon, despite being, by looking at it, very similar to Black War Greymon, it is not a virus type, it is a vaccine. Chaos Seadramon remains a data type. Chaos Piedmon is still a virus type. Now, according to the actual in-game dialogue, and I got this from... I double-checked this with Digital Hazard. The streamer, I mean. Not the concept. Okay. We'll get back to the concept later. They were created using something called Chaos Energy, which was found deep within the digital world. Sorry, I just realized that we're on the Mr. Navi.
I was gonna say,
final Mr. Navi's case.
What? I was gonna say, this is how it fucking ends. Do we ever find out who the hell it was?
Nope.
What the hell? That's terrifying.
There is one theory I've seen.
Okay.
Which is that all of them are just promos, and it's different characters that from the game that just happen to be taking it as a part-time job.
So what, was Kay the one that, threatened us?
No, like the implication is that the one playing guitar is Jimmy Ken,
Okay.
and one of them is Nokia, who just does like one of them is Nokia, and the other person might be like, Date.
Oh, okay.
Oh wait, no, it's not Date.
Because I was gonna say, one of them, like, literally, like,
I forget
fucking,
what
like,
Particulars was.
terrifyingly threatened us last time we had that Mr. Navic case. It was, like, fucking horrifying. He was like, if you look any further, I'll fucking kill you. And I was just like, what the hell is going on? Oh, hold on.
Genuinely, they never explain it. But
What the fuck?
so the Chaos Generals, the three of them maintain their original attributes despite being modified by the Chaos energy. And changing the appearance and possibly capabilities of a Digimon whilst maintaining its original attribute lines up perfectly with Black Digitron.
Okay.
Now, here's where things start to get a bit more complicated. If we go down the route of looking at Black Digitron, there's an interesting occurrence. The two interesting things about Black Digitron is one, that it provides a resistance of some kind to Gulu's Realm Burst. And two, in exactly one instance, there is a Digimon that had a negative reaction to Black Digitron that entered into a Berserker state, that being Alter S. Alter B is in a Berserker state. No. What's interesting about that is that despite it being Black Digitron that provides the immunity to GRB, two of the Digimon shown to have an immunity to GRB are non-Black Digitron variants. Black Growlmon and Black Agumon. And then, specifically, if you follow the case of Black Agumon, it's a virus variant version of Agumon. And in the Vital Bracelet era, you remember the little binder book thing that had like the information that like you could store the cards in?
Yeah.
The dim file or something?
I can't remember what the name was, but yes. The only one they ever made, they never made another one?
Yeah. And it had the little description of the environment that the card was connected to.
Yeah.
For Black Roar, Shadow Howl, and their upgraded variants, it described them as being areas in the digital world where there was a mysterious black substance that would pool, that had an effect on the coloration of the Digimon there. And, if we look into the particulars of it, the earliest instance we have of a Digimon changing its color to a darker color scheme and going on a rampage, it's the result of viruses in the early research era, which created dark variants such as Dark Tyrannomon. Dark Tyrannomon being the perfect care Gazimon adult, which evolves into Metal Tyrannomon, and Metal Tyrannomon consistently portrayed as the base onto which Mugendramon was developed. So, what I'm getting at here is there seems to be a traceable source which connects Black Digitron, GRB, and the other instances of darker colored variants that also ties into chaos energy. And I think I've nailed what that is. and why Darkdramon is the common point between Chaosmon and Chaosdramon. And the answer is, as usual, Imperialdramon.
Because of Imperialdramon Black, or?
No. Because Imperialdramon... But, well, yes and no. Imperialdramon Black is a really good example, but it may also be, technically speaking, one of the only naturally occurring ones.
Oh, okay.
Because you know what is something that is shared between Imperialdramon and Darkdramon?
I don't know.
Darkdramon's profile states that the reason it went into this berserker rage, and is completely uncontrollable, is because during the evolution process, it was infused with large amounts of dark matter. Dark matter, as a term, does not appear anywhere else in Digimon except for the description of Megadeath and Gigadeath.
Oh, okay.
So, with Imperialdramon being one of the earliest instances of these darker variations, the possibility exists that dark matter is the source of all of these. And what's particularly fascinating about the possibility of dark matter and chaos energy being one and the same is that dark matter, in terms of real-life science, refers to the phenomenon in which, according to our calculations of how big the universe should be, versus the numbers that are actually there, there needs to be more matter than is currently able to be detected. That matter has to exist mathematically, but it has to be some type of matter that does not in any way interact with light or electromagnetism, but still has to exist in order for the gravity to make sense. In the terms of how it would work in the digital world, something that is there, but cannot be seen, and cannot be detected properly, but is still undeniably there, would be something that has yet to be rendered. Or, if it's been just hit or destroyed by dark matter, has likely been unrendered. And so, this force that destabilizes and de-renders, effectively warping the reality of the digital world, injected or in other ways integrated into the Digicore, produces these incredibly powerful and dangerous Digimon, which themselves could, especially if they do not have the self-control in order to mitigate it, at higher levels, become incredibly dangerous forces. If they manage to amass enough power unto themselves, they'd become digital hazards. The reason that Regulusmon is a digital hazard, could be a digital hazard despite only being a perfect level, is because it has the potential to spread chaos energy, spread dark matter across wide ranges of Digimon. Arcturusmon and Proximamon are nightmares because they are even more highly concentrated in those capabilities. Proximamon, as the perfect balance of both chaos and order, has the capability of basically overthrowing Yggdrasil.
Damn, okay.
And thus, looping this all around to how I opened it, the Galgamon line, with the exception of there not being a black Mirage Galgamon, has Black Digitron variants, and their compatibility with Black Digitron may in fact be reflective of why they have the potential, why Mirage Galgamon has the digital hazard on its chest, because a black mock Gaugamon is a digital hazard.
Gotcha. Jeez. That that is a lot. Yeah, because I did not know they name drop dark matter, like, in the reference book entries. That's, like, very strange.
Yeah, no. It literally only occurs in Dark Dramon's profile and in the profiles of the Imperial Dramon forms.
That is so strange.
It is.
So, just the ability to be able to take on Black Digitron and, like, survive it essentially makes you a digital hazard.
So something that Sumi and I were actually tossing around the idea of, not as an explicit theory, but just something that, like, could totally exist, hypothetically, is this idea of a Digimon having a chaos factor, which is basically just the hazard level from build.
Oh, Black Hazard, literally.
Yeah, literally just imagine every Digimon has the hazard level from build, and it's like the level of, like, based on their internal data, the likelihood of their interaction with dark matter or dark matter derivatives would cause a berserk state and possibly leading into a digital hazard. Which, honestly, I could easily see, especially given that, like, given Yggdrasil's tendencies in the whole X saga, I could easily see it being the case that Digimon that have a high hazard level would be very closely monitored.
Yeah.
Also, something I realized after, like, reading Ravel's post on the 25th anniversary art book for the 1500th time. Iggy is probably the head honcho of the clustered digital world, but it does seem like the other host computers are still active and in control of their respective areas. Maybe not Witchelney. Witchelney might be directly under Iggy's control, but I'm pretty sure Homeros is still operative of Iliad.
Yeah, I really hope they, like, go into that at some point. Like, I'm surprised we haven't gotten to that yet, or we haven't.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, like, excuse me. I know, like, we still do we even really know what the hell homeostasis is, exactly?
Stasis is a hypothetical that may or may not exist outside of the adventure continuity.
Well, yeah, but still, the idea that, like, there are, even in the adventure continuity, two possibly high-functioning, if not host computers, like, essential gods of the digital universe, the digital world. I think it's an interesting concept, like, especially now, like, I mean...
Here's the thing. Homeostasis, as its name suggests, is supposed to be a force that is exclusively dedicated to preventing catastrophes, and if it exists in the main timeline, is effectively just a counterforce to Yggdrasil. It is basically the mediating body between the Royal Knights, Heaven's Army, and the Four Holy Beasts. However, the only continuities which we know homeostasis to exist in are the adventure continuity and the Cross Wars manga.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I didn't know homeostasis makes such an appearance in the Cross Wars manga.
It's a name drop.
Interesting.
honestly, I'm not even sure if it actually does, because there's a chance that it was like it's the scanlation group that I thought like, misunderstood something and threw homeostasis in there. Even
It's possible.
I don't really know. But regardless, it is. Yeah, pretty much everything makes an appearance in the Cross Wars manga.
I gotta get him.
Yeah. You wanna know one of my favorite bits about? You wanna know one of my favorite bits about the Cross Wars manga?
What?
Did you see the when they added Shademon to the reference book? There was an alternate form to it's a Digimon from the Cross Wars manga, and it has a second form. Did you see the artwork for the second form?
No, I actually didn't.
Okay. In that case, I will stop talking because that is spoilers.
Oh, okay. To the Crossroads manga?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, no. Yes, it did. And we're not going to name it so that Xana gets to enjoy the Crosswords manga for the fucking roller coaster that it is.
It's it's funny. I've been so out of the game with the card game. I probably haven't even seen the card either, which is hilarious.
Yeah. All right. But to get to the second thing, and looping back around to what Draggy was asking about, whether or not it was Sega being connected to Digimon. It is so much worse than Sega being connected to Digimon.
Oh boy.
Recently, Sumi, Bridget, and I stumbled across a series of video essays that, despite having nothing to do with Digimon, might actually be might have actually provided some of the most effective metaphors ever for explaining how our, Digimon gears and stuff interact with Digimon and the digital world itself in ways so completely perfect that it's honestly on par with those moments where you're like, Bandai, what the fuck's going on over there?
Oh boy.
Why is this clicking together? This was written 10 years apart, and we know you don't have the records.
Oh boy.
And whether this is fortunate or unfortunate is dependent entirely on one's perspective on the matter. But what the video essays I refer to, the same video essays that Draggy has said is what he will be watching tomorrow, are referred to as the device theory, which is a theory about Deltarune.
Okay.
Which effectively posits, to put it in very simple terms and not really to go into the larger scope of it, because this is an 8-hour plus video documentary series.
Whoa. On Deltarune, mind you, a game that's not finished.
On Deltarune. A game that only has 2 chapters out right now.
Jesus.
Effectively posits that Deltarune the game is an interface designed to connect the player to, as a client system, to connect the player to the server that is Deltarune's world, but rather than connecting via wireless communication, is instead connecting through the application and suspension of disbelief.
Okay.
Which then ties into the mechanics of what determination means in the context of both Deltarune and Undertale.
Okay, interesting.
Sumi, Bridget, and I have been losing our collective minds over this, but in particularly, I am losing my mind a second time within the loss of my mind, because this is going into things in the particulars of like a Russian nesting doll style layering system where the Dark Worlds in Deltarune are fiction within the context of Deltarune, which is fiction within the context of the program connecting us to Deltarune.
But isn't it like implied that like Deltarune is like essentially fiction based on Undertale or vice versa?
It's very unclear. What we know is that Deltarune's Dark Worlds are in some way fictional because in the Light World, the darkners that you meet within the Dark Worlds are everyday objects.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Lancer is like, all of the playing cards that you meet in the first chapter of Deltarune, you find out in chapter 2, is actually a deck of playing cards.
Oh, okay. Okay.
There's a character named Rules Card, and the reason is because he's the card that has rules on it.
So that's where Jevil comes from?
Jevil's the Joker.
Aha. Okay.
And so, obviously, the Digimon vibe comes in when you get to Chapter 2, and it's the Cyber World. In part because, obviously, it's Cyber World. In part because one of the lead artists working on Deltarune is a massive Digimon fan.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, no, Splendid Land. Look her up. It's her work is fantastic. There's a scrapped monster that was supposed to... There's a scrapped enemy that was supposed to appear in Chapter 2, which was literally a Tamagotchi with legs that would have an existential crisis if the pet was erased.
Oh, man, hopefully they had that in Chapter 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we haven't gotten Chapter 3 yet, but, like, holy shit. But basically, the way this theory works is that in the same way that we use programs and stuff to peer into the digital world, we're using a program developed by Gaster to peer into the light world.
Mm-hmm.
And then, in the light world, their fantasies, their fiction, pools together to create the dark worlds. And then the theory goes that it should be based on the way hints left behind within Deltarune itself, both in the code, in the gameplay, and things like secret bosses and alternative routes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There is an implication that it might be possible to delve to a layer of fiction deeper than the Dark World. And that there are the characters that are secret bosses are in some way aware of this layering system and trying to either manipulate it to go deeper or to get higher up, to breach into layers above.
Mm.
It's fascinating, and what Sumi and I, the conclusion Sumi and I came to, because this theory posits that it has to do with the suspension of disbelief. The more you suspend your disbelief, the more you buy into and are immersed in the fiction around you, the more you can then immerse yourself in the fiction of that fiction and delve deeper and deeper.
Okay.
But at the same time, as you're releasing your suspension of disbelief, you become more aware of as you rise higher in layer, you gain a better scope of what's going on in the lower layers and how to manipulate it, how to change it in your favor, to apply your disbelief instead of suspending it, to cease to believe in the truth of the world around you, and rise to a higher layer, recognizing the world around you as fiction, might literally be the application of this application of disbelief might literally be Undertale's determination. That in recognizing it as fiction, you are able to rewrite it.
Holy shit. I see where you're going with this too. So this is an interesting idea, because you're going off the implication that the digital world is not just a digital thing, it's just another world essentially parallel to ours.
Not even necessarily just that, but this kind of layering theory both works very well for explaining, like, on the surface, the idea of a program that links to and connects to digital spaces, layers within, digital spaces where the Digimon live in, is more or less one-to-one with some of the earlier concepts on how Digimon devices work. The connection to the devices that are supposed to be connections to the digital world, versus the devices that place a Digimon into a digital space on a hosting computer. Or a keychain, like we're used to. But at the same time, it also provides a much easier to understand explanation about that stupid fucking chart about parallel universes in the 25th anniversary book.
Oh!
Because it makes so much more sense that you dive into the digital world, knowing that it's digital, meaning that you can manipulate it as if it's digital, but then you're not the only window that's peeking into the digital world, so in theory, you can pop back out a different one. And if you can pop back out a different one that recognizes the digital world as manipulatable quote-unquote fiction in the same way you do, then they can modify it in ways based on their perspective, which will then show up in your perspective because you're all connected to the same world.
Yeah. Holy fuck.
And so, but the ultimate conclusion of this, the ultimate takeaway, is that Spamton is probably an Edamon variant.
I like, because the idea too, where it's like, oh, you know, you believe in your partner, you believe in like your bond, and they become stronger, and that's how they evolve. So it's like your belief in the system that in which you're in the world that you're in. Because you know, like, I feel like this also, well, I mean, obviously implications to like the greater Digimon universe, but also like there's heavy implications of this in Survive. Where it's like,
no, absolutely. And like the key thing to keep in mind is it's not so much directly the belief in your partner versus the belief in the world. It is, like, the reason I say determination is the application and suspension of disbelief. It's not that one is applying it and the other is removing it. It is the controlled action of changing how much you believe in, how much you of changing your disbelief in something. Because everything in hold on. Brigadramon is falling asleep.
oh,
Let me put both it and Darkdramon into cold mode.
yeah, I haven't run anything since my last run on the Z. I gotta try to do another run on the color.
Yeah.
I also need to actually unbox my color. I have the, what is this? What is the Wind Guardians? I have the Wind Guardians, and I have not even opened it.
Yes. Yeah, no, I run
Fuck.
I run my colors consistently because I never need to worry about batteries. But I am also running my IC and Mini at the moment.
Oh, I need to get an IC. That and the twins are still I think that the twins and the Asian versions of the crossloader with the 2-prong system are like the only ones I'm missing. Well, I also don't have a normal crossloader either.
I honestly want to get a normal crossloader because I fucking love the crossloader.
I think it's a cool device. I wanted to get one back when it first came out, and I wasn't even like I didn't even watch Crossword. I just thought it was a cool fucking device. The idea of it being an MP3, like, really, I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. But yeah, so like, the other thing that's like interesting about, like, the IC is great. The IC is fucking great because it's just such a good device in general. But like, it's got like the DNA system, which is nice. There aren't really roots on it, which is unfortunate. And the roster's kind of limited because it's very much the tie-in device for savers. But at the same time, the IR capabilities are freaking insane.
Of the IC.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh wait, because you have the we can like fuck with the IR now, right?
Yeah, no, like I don't have an IR comm, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
But the fact that we have IR comms is insane. The fact that despite not having an IR comm, I'm still able to use this thing in World is insane.
Oh, because the 3 prongs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like you can still figure out what Digimon it can still figure out what Digimon it's using.
Oh wow.
Using the prongs.
Oh wow.
The fact that, in addition to that, if Sumi were to get an IC, once she and I move in together, we'd be able to play the freaking Battle Terminal arcade game home version with the Digimon that we raised on our ICs. Is insane.
Ooh, wait, how?
So, Battle Terminal is an old arcade game that was around during the Savers era.
Mm-hmm.
That the way it would work is your Digimon would be dependent on cards that the machine would either spill out for you, that you would scan, like swipe them, or your IC Digivice's IR system could communicate with an IR scanner on the arcade machine and spawn a copy of your Digimon World style.
Oh. And there's a home version of that? Like, is it his own little, like... Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Like a plug and play.
Okay, yeah. You own that?
Yeah.
How did you get one? I didn't know you got one.
Because I actually bought my IC off of Red, and Red had gotten the IC and that himself.
Oh, cool.
To try and test it out and like learn more about it. But when he was getting rid of it, I was like, yeah, no, I'll take that off your hands. That sounds awesome. Especially because it was a reasonably priced IC20202.
Which color is that one? Is it the purple one?
That's the red, primarily red with black instead of the white with orange.
That one's so nice.
Which means I've got the Sleepmon version.
Oh yeah, you do. Ah, man. That one's so nice.
It's so good. Like,
that's cool, because
the red with black is like just such a good color scheme. But the fact that I've got Bullet Kudamon, I literally, the Starmon I have right now, I raised from Bullet Kudamon. It was supposed to become, I forget the, Repamon.
Oh, okay.
It was supposed to become Repamon, but I when I put it to sleep that night, it was ever so slightly, it had lost hunger, ever so slightly enough for its reviability to drop ever so slightly, and so I ended up with Starmon instead.
Well, Starmon's still cool.
Starmon's still cool, and it's not like it locked me out of anything, because the one thing about the IC is that I can honestly understand why people don't like it, but I don't mind it, is that there's no roots. Any Digimon can become any Digimon of the next stage.
Oh, yeah. I do like that, too, about it. That's one of my favorite things about the IC. It's, like, very kind of freeform.
Yeah. It's very freeform. So, like, it doesn't matter what I got at the adult level, I'm still ending up with Megalo Graumon once this evolves.
Man. Oh, hey, everyone. Look, it's Archer.
God, yeah.
If I go back, I was gonna say, if I go back, can I like pick up stuff I missed, or should I just go forward?
I do not know. God, I can't believe Raptor made it into this game.
It's such a, like, I'm not complaining. It's, I'm glad he's in here, but like, also it's such a weird pick.
At all.
Yeah.
But like, completely did not expect that.
No,
it's
me either.
It's such a deep cut.
It's like, how the fuck did you get here? Like, like I wouldn't go as far as say a bathroom.
Well, yeah, because Alpamon's level 4, but like 90% of Digimon media don't show you that.
Yeah. Because usually it's the
It and Greymon are like Alphamon's forgotten lineage.
yeah, because usually people just go with Doru Greymon, right?
Yeah, especially in the concept, like, because like here's the thing. Raptordramon and Greymon are meant to be the evolution path to Alphamon.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Alphamon, they don't show, like, they don't have the kind of, like, anime-esque design, like, design carryover that would connect Dorumon to Alphamon. And so most media forego them in favor of the more anime-esque line of using Dorugamon and Dorugoramon. Or, not Dorugoramon,
Dorugoramon.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah. I think it's really funny, dude. I mean, I kind of get it, though, because, like, especially, I feel like in Japan, especially, I think that X Evolution OVA, which is really popular, so they kind of, like, almost wrote themselves into a corner. Like, they're like, we kind of have to always adhere to this.
The interesting thing is that, according to Chronicle, they're not, like, it's kind of both.
Oh, okay.
Because in Chronicle, it's like Dorumon ends up evolving into Doruga and Dorugure and then Dorugora first, and then ends up like evolving into Raptordramon later, after like devolving.
Interesting.
And then the plan was for it to then become Alphamon, but Chronicle's weird, so that never Chronicle's development hell meant that never actually happened.
Wait, Chronicle never, like, finished?
Nope.
I didn't know that. Wait, there's no, like, actual...
Yeah, no, that's why Cool Boy was designed for Chronicle, but never actually appeared in it.
Oh my god.
He appeared in a promo.
That's hilarious. I love that his canonical name is Cool Boy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what's funnier, Cool Boy or Analog Youth.
Yeah. No, Cool Boy is funnier because they then canonized that as his actual name.
That's true.
In Liberator.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, Cool Boy does show up in Liberator. I forgot about that.
And it's explicitly the same Cool Boy that never appeared in Chronicle.
That's where he's been all this time. He's been trapped.
Yeah. Wait, hey, that's spoilers for the current arc of Liberator. I won't go into detail, but he's actually trapped right now.
Oh, fuck. Oh, god damn it. Give me this now. Fuck. Alright, let me get some of these, get some of these, mega levels out of here. Get it. Actually, no, he's not at 99 yet. We'll let him rock, I guess. Alright, let's go back into the actual game. Oh, man. You gotta love Digimon just being tangentially connected to literally everything.
Mm-hmm.
Which, you know, we were joking, like, oh, not Sega, but then we had said before that Sega is connected to Digimon thanks to the Sonic Tamagotchi.
Mm-hmm.
Who the fuck is this? Who said it?
Oh yeah, if it is alright with you, I'll post a link to her socials in the chat, but one of the
Yes, please.
artists that actually works on Undertale and Deltarune, Splendid Land. is a self-described mutant type Digimon.
That's awesome. I didn't know that there was like another artist on Deltarune. I thought it was all.
The three I'm familiar with are Toby, Temmie, and Splendid Land.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And then here is Splendid Land's Blue Sky.
I got it. Well, no, I was gonna say I gotta get a Blue Sky. I have one. I just need to use it more.
Same. I'm terrible at these things.
Same. Oh shit.
Also, when that quiz was going around for your what crest you'd have and what your partner Digimon would be.
Mm-hmm.
He ended up with Crest of Knowledge Kokuomon.
Wait, who did?
Splendid Land.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Self-described mutant type with the Crest of Knowledge and Kokuomon is honestly a terrifying combination.
It's fucking
and
crazy.
Of course, this is one of the artists who works on Deltarune.
Well, the whole thing's coming out soon, right? I think they announced that the Switch Direct, yeah. Deltarune and Silksong are real. That is a weird sentence.
Such a weird sentence.
Wait, are chapters 3 and 4 not the end? There's gonna be more?
No.
What the fuck?
So technically speaking, this version of Deltarune includes both chapters 1 and 2, which are already out as demos, and then 3 and 4, which is the new stuff, and will be free for anyone who's already bought the current versions 1 and 2, but it's also a big deal because it's 1, 2, 3, and 4 for the Switch.
Cool.
5, 6, and 7 are still MIA. Also, in the files, it goes. There are also there's also title screens for Chapter 8, 9, and 10, and Chapter 0.
Oh, okay. This game is gonna be like. I can't even. This game is gonna be like. Take forever to come out.
Yep.
I was gonna say Half-Life, but Half-Life is just never getting finished, so I didn't want to put that on it.
You know. That is a good point, however, and you will learn this in the videos that you're going to try and watch tomorrow, Larry, but also at the same time, I don't expect you to actually watch all of them tomorrow, because it's more than 8 hours of video essay. Could be Toby trolling, but here's the thing. In earlier releases of Undertale, Toby put stuff in the files to try and discourage data mining. That did not work. He then later updated it and replaced that with files saying, "All right, you want to do data mining? Sure, let's do data. Let's go. I'll put shit in here. Have fun." So Toby, explicitly aware of the data mining, has a bunch of interesting stuff hidden inside Deltarune's files. Anything that Toby does not tend to troll just for the sake of trolling. Any kind of subversion or rug pull that he's done in his previous work has always had some kind of direct purpose, either narratively or thematically. It wasn't just for the sake of it. He's not the type of creator to pull a plot twist just because someone was getting too close to what he was planning. So, we can assume anything that is left in Deltarune's files that is not used is purposely there as a hint for people to latch onto and work with. That is also very true. It could be the case that one of the things that's interesting about it is that he's gone on record that he's working with the people at Game Maker in developing, they're working on developing something that's like be able to create a launcher for other game programs, and that Toby is working with them specifically to have something like that for Deltarune. Which could be the case that this is going to retroactively be able to launch Undertale, and Undertale's going to be revealed to be a part of Deltarune collectively.
Oh.
Exactly. Do you see what I mean, though? How weirdly perfect this slides into the shit we talk about for Digimon?
Yeah, very, very conveniently, same.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, huh, oh.
Even if it's not explicitly in any capacity connected, there's just so much that lines up.
Yeah.
Thematically, mechanically. Shit's crazy. I sincerely hope so. I would like nothing more than for Toby Fox to make a 2-hour Digimon RPG.
I was gonna say, imagine if Toby Fox made a Digimon game. That'd be pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this guy's fucking dead, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
I would be shitting bricks if he lives from this. I gotta go. You gotta be fucking kidding me.
That is the unfortunate... Wait, dude. Are you seriously using 2 vaccines against a data type?
Yeah, I'm just trying to flex. I just think it's funny.
It is funny. At least use that character reversal thing so that they're doing super effective damage.
I feel like I tried it and it blocked it. Then again, I'll try again. Alright, let's end this. What would be funnier? Gallantmon?
Wait.
What?
Okay, yeah, Gallantmon would probably be the better one.
Oh, I don't care who's better. I'd say who's funnier.
Switch Gallantmon with Sistermon B. But don't do it yet.
Okay.
Skill? Character reversal? No!
Oops. There we go. Let's see if I'll dodge it. Okay, he didn't dodge it this time.
There we go. Now, switch Gallantmon X back to...
There's a delay. I see this. It's fine.
Larry, my answer to that is all the Chaosmon. All the missing Chaosmon.
Wait, what do you mean all the Chaosmon? Like Chaosdramon? Or you mean the...
No.
The Chaosmon
not according
Jawbreast?
to my theory. There are, technically speaking, there are 6 Chaosmon variants that we have not seen ever represented in reference book, in artwork, and anything.
Yeah, I would like that too. Because I remember, what is the Chaosmon, the really weird one, where he's like a ring and like giant hands?
Ultimate Chaosmon?
Yeah, because they imply, well, isn't that how we figured out that like there's more?
No, so here's the thing. The 8 hypothetical Chaosmon variants are based on the fact that you can get Chaosmon from any combination of Bancho-Leomon, Darkramon, Valdermon, and Sleepmon on the 4 different Excel genomes. So, obviously there's the base version of Bancho-Leomon and Darkramon, and we also have Valderarm, which is Bancho-Leomon and Valdermon.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also the possibility for Bancho-Leomon and Sleepmon, for Darkramon and Valdermon, Darkramon and Sleepmon, and for Valdermon and Sleepmon.
Just so weird. Other than like Sleipmon, I feel like you don't really need to. It wouldn't really be that hard to just like practically Photoshop that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's strange.
And then like there's the question of like there's even a question of like, does Sleepmon have to does Bancho-Leomon have to form the right hand side? Do the sides even matter?
Especially after in Adventure 2020, that shit they pulled where they did the whole Omnimon both swords, Omnimon both guns.
Mm-hmm.
Which honestly, that'd be kind of stupid. Oh, borderline wasteful slot, but that'd be kind of cool to see in Time Strangers.
God, yeah. But also, something that's really fascinating about it is that, with Ultimate Chaosmon, if you look at the higher resolution artwork and zoom in on, like, the center of it, there's actually a Chaosmon body-shaped terminal at the center of it.
Wait, which Digimon?
Ultimate Chaosmon.
Oh, yeah. Because it's just, like, so fucking tiny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, like, it's absolutely fucking tiny, and so you have to, like... You have to look at the New Century artwork to even get a decent shot of like, the actual... of what it actually looks like. But Chaosmon, like, there is a Chaosmon-looking terminal at the center. Additionally, something really cool about its design is that there is a deliberate pixelation to certain aspects of Chaosmon's design. For base Chaosmon, it is, let's see.
Oh.
And pull up actually normal Chaosmon design. If you look at Chaosmon's scarves, both its like main scarf and the ribbons coming out of its helmet, there's a deliberate pixelation on the end.
Yeah, where it's like...
Let me send you...
Like, it goes from ribbon to, like, pixels?
Yeah. Look at this.
Oh, yeah. Wait, that's the actual art? Like, it literally, like, becomes, like, low quality?
Yeah, that's the actual official art. It is starting... Like, it is partially pixelated.
Oh, shit.
Canonically.
Interesting. That is
and then... It's tiny, but look at Ultimate Chaosmon's art.
Oh, yeah.
That same effect is on all of the different scarves, and on the Beast and Dragon heads.
Oh, yeah. I always just thought because this is so goddamn tiny and low quality. I didn't realize that was, like, deliberate.
Yeah, no. Unfortunately, the only non-tiny low-quality artwork we have of Ultimate Chaosmon does away with that because it's from New Century.
Oh. Then again, New Century.
But look at this art from Collectors, and you can clearly see.
Oh yeah.
It's on purpose.
That's hilarious.
It is, right?
That's so fucking funny. It's like literal. Like, oh, you said pixelation. I didn't know you meant like. It's. I never noticed because I've never seen it in that high quality. I didn't notice that. I was like, oh
yeah,
no.
Yeah. Hold on. Here's the high quality art I remember. It's from one of the cards.
Oh, okay. Is it still pixelated? Yeah, it is still fucking pixelated. That's hilarious. Oh, you can also see the
look at
Chaos
the
Mon.
parallel of this card too. Look at the parallel of this card too.
Oh, the parallel. Oh my god, that's fucking awesome.
See, it's still got that pixelation effect. Like it's being like censored almost.
That is weird. You know, it's really funny. I was cleaning my room and was going through like all my old like Digimon stuff, and I'm like, fuck, how much would I have to do to like revamp most of these decks?
Probably a lot.
Probably
if you were playing
a lot.
when you first started out.
I was, yeah. I think I stopped around BT 6.
Yeah, no, I know fucking nothing about the card game
Nah,
at this
me
point.
either. I was looking up like some of the prices.
But yeah, no. But what I do want to do is like once the like they're making sets that are like the original VPET lines now.
Yes, I saw that
And so
one.
I really want to I really want to make a deck that's just like my version 4 line plus Deep Brigade and some various Metal Empire stuff to like finish it off.
Yeah, I definitely want to get that set. I'm like, I don't know, I'm hovering around the idea of maybe just buying some of the new stuff, like from the newest set that's about to come out soon. I think it's a BT24, I think it is. Yeah, because I don't know. I remember someone saying, and this is a while back though, I remember someone saying like yellow Shine Greymon does not really need too much. But that was like a while back. I doubt it's still in the meta.
Yeah.
Pen colors are getting decks. What? Get the fuck out of here. What do you mean? That's cool. Like starter decks? Or like just like an archetype? Either way. Oh wow, he just got fucking jumped. That's crazy. Fucking stupid ass Kylemon couldn't help him. Damn. What a bum. Oh my god, we're on chapter 10, guys. How many chapters are there again? Like 19, right?
18.
18? Oh my god, we're 8 chapters away from it. We're closer to the end than we ever were. I'm scared. Marty, I'm scared. Sorry, that's for Wormmon.
This is the funniest. One of the funniest gags in this is that Wormmon has access to her memory server. So it's literally the mouthpiece for her actual feelings, and it's the funniest Tsundere gag I've ever seen.
Not only that, but it's also just like because Wormmon's a Digimon, they don't understand that it's like not okay to just like say that kind of shit out loud. Like, so they're just like
exactly.
Pen colors currently have a deck for Wingardium. Oh, okay. Wingardians has its start in the next main set, and I'm predicting Metal Empire get cards in the set in the June cards. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, man, I don't know. I want to get back into it, but at the same time, like, I saw a card. It was like one of the newer Omnimon cards, and I was like, I don't know what half of these effects do. Like, it was like a raid, and I was like, what the fuck is that? Like,
God, no, like, I know so little of it. I know so little of it.
I know. It's a bummer, too, because, like, it's... I remember everyone was like, oh, it's like the scene's kind of dead, and it totally is. Like I was looking like in my area, like there used to be a card shop that used to have weekly Digimon tournaments, and they don't do it at weekly tournaments anymore. And it was a pretty big spot. Like it was like the biggest spot in like my area. I used to not go because I was like too far from it where I used to live, but now I'm closer to there. And I was looking it up, and they don't do weekly Digimon anymore. They're doing a pre-release event, so that's like at least something. So they do at least still sell product, which is good. But it looks like they have like maybe like a monthly, like they have like a tournament like maybe once a month, which is like a real bummer. Because like a game like Digimon like kind of it needs at least at the very least like a bi-weekly kind of thing, so you can like really get your feet wet and understand what the fuck your deck does and actually get like good training.
Yeah, absolutely. Like Elysian's probably going to be the main way the card game actually goes in.
Yeah, I think you know
in the US at least.
Yeah, because it honestly, I feel like it's strategic. Like, I don't think they're gonna stop supporting the actual like there's a physical card game. It's still doing very well in Japan, but at least like you said, I think North America, like that's probably gonna be the main way they're gonna be like, hey, here's the game. Here's how you can just play it and play with friends and whatnot. Which is, you know, hey, that's fine. Especially if Elysian does the Digimon, not the Digimon, sorry, the Duel Links thing where like they start from like the beginning. I'll be able to like play Elysian up to where I left off and then keep going and actually know how the fuck everything else works.
Yeah, or at the very least, like have like tutorials to like, get you used to the new mechanics.
Yeah, that too. That would be great. At least that. If that was, like, you know, baked in. You don't have to, like, get a card with that effect and then it tells you the thing. You can just, like, go to it. But who knows?
Yeah.
Not when they united the formats. Wait, what do you mean?
Also, wait, are the new sets based explicitly on the color versions of the pets, or are they based on the original versions of the pets?
The next set releasing in 2 weeks is released.
Oh, right, we're at the point where the next sets are... We've
reached
the point where the English side is caught up with the Japanese side.
Finally. It only took, what, 3 years? No. 4 years? The answer for that is, we don't know! I mean, they had, at least back when I was playing, they were like releasing stuff based on like what the like available VPET was, because like when the Pendulum Z's came out, like Sunorizomon and like I can't remember the other Digimon's names. They all ended up in the card game, like right after, like a month after, and then same thing with the Vital Brace. Yeah. You got Pulse Mod like immediately, so it probably is based on the colors. Alright, we can't have these boys hogging the scene here. Do that. We'll do that. I think that's fine. I don't know why the field guide to me looks like the folder. It's not the fucking folder. It's not. Ah! Absolutely. A lot going on here. I like accepted a quest at the same time as like I forgot there's like story shit going on, and then now I'm all confused. Oh my god, 3 new cases? Jesus Christ. Jesus. Alright, well let's try to do this one quickly. This one we accepted like almost an hour ago now.
No, yeah, I know they're using the DM color sprites, but like, I'm just wondering like if we're gonna get like, are they going to like? It would make sense for them to use the digital monster color megas, since that's just like the megas they've most recently been associated with. But we really don't know for certain.
Oh,
That's
how
what
did
scares me.
they? What was the version? Wasn't it the Blitz Greymon line? Wasn't they what they did this the 20th thing, right? With the colors, where it was like Greymon virus, Metal Greymon virus into Blitz Greymon.
Well, yeah, like those ones are a given, but we don't know. We haven't seen any level 6s for this for the. So, let me send you an example card
Okay.
that Draggy just dropped in Butterfly,
I
so you
keep
know what I'm talking about.
fucking yawning.
So this Gabumon, right?
Oh my god, I love that.
It's got the. So first off, Digivolve, level 2 with DM trait, cost 0. In its types, it's got Reptile, it's got DM, and it's got Version 2.
Okay.
On play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Among them, add 1 card with the digital monster trait to the hand. And place 1 card with the Version 2 trait face down at the bottom of the solution card of any of your Digimon with the DM trait. Return the rest to the bottom of the deck. So, and you can see in the inherited area, you can see it's got the little color sprite.
Mm-hmm.
So, and like if you look at the actual border of it, that's that white with the gray cage. That's the version 2.
Yeah.
So we know that they are explicitly doing stuff here based on they're explicitly making this set based on the evolution lines of the original digital monster pets. But we don't know what the megas will be.
Okay.
Because we haven't seen any of the version 6s. Now we know that for the versions 1 and 2, it's probably going to be Blitzing Press. And that's probably going to end in Ultra S. However, we don't know what's going to happen we don't know what's going to happen for the versions 3, 4, and 5. Because it's just not really well known. We can assume that Blitzing and Crest are the end of the Metal Greymon and Metal Memimon line. We can probably assume that they'll use the standards for versions 1 and 2. So it'll be Blitz, Bancho, and Shin, and then Skull Mammoth, Press, and Ebimon? Yeah, Ebimon. They do tend to use Machine Germon as like a catch mega for all of the cyborgs, but at the same time they also explicitly use it as Metal Tyrannomon's mega. So they would probably assign it version 5 if they were going to do that. It's not clear though. One thing we do know is that the first few cards they actually revealed for this were actually the Cyborg Ultimates, and Cyborg Ultimates all were multicolor half black.
Interesting. So it's either a black or a multicolor card? Like it could be, it's both?
Yeah.
So how does that work? It's like a rainbow on one side and then black on the other side?
Well no, it'll be like, for example, Mega Dramon is purple black.
Yeah.
But Metal Greymon is red black. The black color is shared across all 5.
Oh, okay.
So like Andromon is yellow black. And Metal Mamimon is blue black. Etc, etc. Oh god, no, not this one. Anything but this one.
What? Oh, is this like...
This is the pizza case.
Fuck. Well, we're locked in. Sit down, stick around, and enjoy, everyone. Fuck. Ah, man. I remember you telling me about this.
Genuinely, Larry, you absolutely fucking do.
Yeah, no, we need like a fucking like crash course because I'm so far behind. Oh my god, the Spider-Man theme. Yeah, we gotta play this pizza theme. I can never. I don't know about you, Azu. I can never hit Digitamamon the same way again since that episode of a Ghost Game.
Hmm.
It's been like 2 years, and I'm still just like. I feel like we've talked about this before. What?
No, yeah. So Draggy just sent the Metal Greymon, and it also has the cyborg effect mentions the cyborg effect. So there will probably be something interesting to be done with Mugendramon, but that doesn't explicitly confirm anything else just yet. As for Digitamamon, absolutely, but it's not just the Ghost Game thing, it's just everything about Digitamamon. There's so much about Digitamamon to work with.
Like what?
Well, there's a Ghost Game bit, but there's also the fact that, like, even in O2, you actually get to see Digitamamon's inner world. They go inside its shell to destroy the Black Ring. Black Spiral.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh my god, I forgot.
And then there's also the fact that Digitamamon is
hey, Alex, what's up?
also considered to be like, obviously there's Devitamamon, there's Holy Digitamamon, there's Titamon. You know what else is a Digitamamon evolution on the color?
On the color? No, I can't remember.
Gankumon.
Wait, who? Oh, Gankumon?
Gankumon.
What the fuck?
Nanimon, Digitamamon, Gankumon.
Interesting.
And here's the crazy part. You know where Chimeramon originally debuted?
No.
On the version Wonderswan.
Oh, interesting.
On the version Wonderswan, there's a special egg you can get. That special egg will randomly hatch into either Bodamon, Punimon, Poyomon, or Uramon. However, each of them would have certain Digimon swapped out with new exclusive Digimon, depending on which version you got. For example, on the version 2, Kabuterimon is replaced with Snymon.
Yeah, I remember Snymon.
I remember Golemon actually replaces something on the version 1, but I can't remember exactly which. On the version 4, the two changes are Kuwagamon is replaced with Dokugumon, and Digitamamon is replaced with Chimeramon.
Interesting. What the fuck?
Yeah. You know, another fun thing about that is that since Chimeramon debuted on the version Wonderswan, that means it technically debuted before Metal Greymon Vaccine. So the hair on Chimeramon is explicitly for Metal Greymon Virus.
Whoa. Whoa. Oh yeah, the Wonder Swan is honestly kind of like it's kind of like the N gauge in a sense, because it was like I was just thinking about this the other day too. Like Japan had like more than a few, at least two that I know of for sure, but like two competitors to the Game Boy, and they didn't really do too well in America. Like the Wonder Swan never came out in America at all. And then the Neo Geo Color, I think, did come out in America, but it was a very limited release. And I don't believe we got the Pocket Color. We only got the Neo Geo Pocket itself. It's just kind of funny, like, and there's a lot of really like great obscure. Whoa, Skull Greymon. There's a lot of really great like obscure games on. There's a lot of great obscure games on both the Wonder Swan and the Pocket Color, because like the Wonder Swan had Digimon version Wonder Swan, which like I gotta do a video on that. I feel like I have, but maybe even if I did, it's worth revisiting, because I found my second Wonder Swan. I have a Swan Crystal, but I also have like an original Wonder Swan. And like one version Wonder Swan is such a cool game, because like it's a really
I'm so mad because the battery inside my version Wonder Swan cartridge died.
Oh
and
my!
So I can't save anymore.
Fucking god! I need to check if the battery on mine's still good. I think I did have a save, so I'll know. I'll know if it's dead or not. Damn it! I didn't even think about that. Yeah, it's such a fun game, and not only that, but like, the fact that you can actually connect it to the actual like devices and battle is like something so insane. I think the Wonder Swan had connectivity with like almost every Digivice, like everything up to the D3.
So here's the thing: if you have version Wonder Swan came with a connector that would basically an adapter that would plug into the little port for extra gear for the Wonder Swan, and you can use that to connect to any prong device.
Yes.
And it would only be able to use the regular battle system, but that works for pretty much everything for the majority of the time. Starting with the D3s, you could actually use a cable that they came with to connect to the Wonder Swan. And then that was how you jogress to get to the Mega Stage.
Oh, is that the only way you can get the Mega Stage on that?
That's the only way you could get to the Mega Stage on the original D3s.
Wow.
Is you had to have
a Wonder Swan, the game.
Tie-in O2 Wonder Swan games.
Oh my god.
Get the original adventure partners to their perfect levels on those games. And then certain adventure partners would jogress with certain D3 partners to get to their Mega Stages.
Holy fuck.
Which is why that's where Vikemon comes from. It's because you were supposed to jogress Shakomon and Zudomon.
Okay.
But the other pairings were Metal Greymon plus Phyldramon to reach Imperialdramon, Atler Kabuterimon and Dino Beamon to get Gran Kuwagamon.
Okay.
Then it was the next one for Yoli and Hikari, it was Sylphimon plus Garudamon to get to Valkyremon.
Okay.
And Angelmon plus Lilymon to reach Magnadramon. Or Holydramon. Then for Holy Angemon plus where Garurumon would produce Seraphimon.
Wow. I did not know that. That's very funny.
Yeah.
You know, my biggest thing, like, have you seen Digino's video that just came out? I think it was like this week. Kind of breaking down the adventure short that came out during DigimonCon.
I have not had the chance to yet.
Okay, I'd recommend watching it.
Watch later.
I was able to check it out when I was on break the other day, and there's some interesting points that were like brought up that I didn't even realize. It's the fact that like a lot of the scenes take place in different times, Like, it's not all linear. I didn't notice that until he mentioned it. Then again, like, this is, for the most part, all speculation because of the fact that we have yet to... There's supposed to be some kind of, like, companion to this. Like, there was a written companion. And that's not out yet, and we don't really know when that's coming out. And that's going to give some more, like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's going to give more context to the short. But the opening scene, where everyone was like, oh, I guess Kazuna didn't matter, which Kazuna still doesn't matter. Like, as far as, like, the ending, I guess, for the most part. That beginning scene is actually set before Kazuna, but post-try. But then there's other parts that are obviously later in the timeline. But we just don't know what yet. It's an interesting idea that I just had no idea. What the hell, Boost Banana? Thanks, Mr. Nabbit. I don't know what the hell that is, but thank you. But yeah,
I believe that's a special type of feed you can give your Digimon to boost their speed.
Cool. Also, holy fuck, I don't know how I missed all of those. Just by, I don't know how the hell I did that.
Okay, so, I was kind of aware of this, but I will let Xana know. So, the way evolution works now in the card game is Digimon can evolve in two ways. There's the color system that you're probably familiar with, where if it's the same color as the Digimon you're trying to evolve it from, it'll work. However, there's also special Digivolve rules that can exist. So, for example, Metal Greymon Virus can Digivolve from a level 4 with Greymon. So, it can Digivolve from a black or red level 4 for a cost of 4, or from a level 4 with Greymon in its name, or with the Digital Monster trait for a cost of 3. If it's matching one of those special rules, it does not have to match the color. So, the Greymon can be blue for all it cares. Or it could even be a Garurumon. That's like yellow and purple for some reason. Because it has the Digital Monster trait, it can evolve from that.
I feel like we touched on this at some point, and it's still, like, mind-blowing to me. I mean, I love it. I love the fact that they're actually adding Pendulum Evolution as, like, a straight-up mechanic in the game. It's gonna be... They're gonna really regret that, because the American, like, side of the card games are gonna find the most fuck-ass combos imaginable that are completely legal. Like, it's gonna be glorious. I'm very excited. You know,
yeah, like, there is so much potential with this. Like, for example, you're gonna be able to chain things together, like, oh god, you know what you could do? You know what you could do with this?
What?
You could absolutely have a version 3 Patamon evolve into a version 2 Angemon.
True.
Or version 4 Piomon into version 2 Bergermon. And then like there's so much you can do with this.
I'm excited. I can't wait to see, like, again, the just, like, the decks are gonna be built now. It's just gonna be, like, literally every color of the goddamn rainbow.
You should be afraid for when we're actually at the point where we're playing against each other, cause you know what my Magic the Gathering deck is?
This is just everything in the kitchen sink.
I only play Commander, but my Magic the Gathering Commander deck is Rainbow Dracolich.
Oh, okay. So everything in the kitchen sink.
It is all 5. So Magic has 5 colors. I use all 5. And it's built around this one card called Scion of the Ur-Dragon, which has an ability that you pay to, and then you search your library for a dragon card, put it into your graveyard, and it becomes a copy of that dragon until the end of your turn. Or
Okay.
the end of the turn. So the way my deck works is it is composed almost entirely of dragons that do things in response to your other dragons, and cards that move your things in your graveyard either to your hand or directly to the battlefield. Meaning that the way my deck works is I summon Scion, and the more dragons I have on the field, the more whenever a dragon does this effect triggers.
Oh my god. So just
I
constant...
have a dragon that makes it so that it's measurable. So I have a dragon that's like, whenever a dragon you control attacks, and opposing players' creatures get -1/-1, and I have 5 dragons, which means opposing players' creatures get -5/-5 and all die before the opponent can do anything.
Oh my god.
Then I also have another dragon on the field that whenever a dragon you control attacks, create one 6/6 red dragon creature token with flying. Meaning that for those same 5 dragons that I just attacked with, I'm creating 5 more dragons on the spot without paying for them.
Jesus.
So next turn, it's 10 dragons!
And then it's like
And this
negative
isn't
10,
even
negative
factoring in
10.
the actual damage, or the dragon I have that gives +1/+0 for every dragon that's attacking.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, we're gonna get like commander style decks now.
The
Like...
one weakness to this deck is that because I'm poor, I can't... Yeah. The one weakness to this deck is that I'm poor, so I can't afford the expensive mono cards that, like, actually would make it, like, function properly most of the time.
That's where you get proxies.
True.
All reliable. Cards
And
flipped
I am
over.
aware of the Excel trait deck, but I'm waiting for it to be the cards that I actually want in Excel, the cards I actually need Excel
Like,
traits on.
Does it actually have the XL trait, or are
I
you
love
talking about
the
the
Excel,
Deeper
but
game
also
stuff?
I hate the fact that I don't. So there are explicit cards in this that have the Excel trait.
That's cool.
Specifically for going into the Bansho Darktra Chaosmon.
Oh,
It is
cool.
cool. But I do not have the means to, like, I don't actually have the means to, like, properly like I don't have the right genome to appreciate it.
Gotcha.
And, like, I've looked into it. If I wanted to get an evil genome, it would cost me like $300 right now.
God damn. Sounds about right. You know, speaking of evolution, there was something, and this is a slight spoiler to the Digino video, which I recommend everyone in the chat currently watches. It's a very well done video.
Absolutely, everyone go watch Digino's stuff.
Absolutely.
Digino's fantastic.
They are, and this is like one of my favorite videos I've done in a while. Not that their other videos are bad or anything. It's just like I really love how like he got really into detail with this one. It's so many things I just never knew. So there is a moment in the this is kind of interesting. There's a moment in the short, like it's in the beginning, where Tai and Matt evolve Agumon and Gabumon, and you literally kind of see like the cloud, essentially. And I was unaware of this. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of obvious when you think about it. This was kind of always... It was his way of, like, illustrating how evolution works, like, at a functional level in the Adventure Universe, where, like, the Digivices literally, like, pull the information of the Digimon that's going to evolve from the cloud. Like, for example, Gabumon, when you evolve him, you're pulling Garurumon from the cloud. And that's how they evolve. Like, the Digivice is like a conduit to this cloud of information. I had never thought of that. I've never even, like, I don't know, I just never, like, thought of it working like that. I just thought it was a very interesting idea, and apparently this was always the case.
Okay, see, here's the thing. That is 100% true. Has always been the case. I pointed it out to you the day of DigimonCon.
I know, but I still am just, like, reading, like, the fact that, like, this is not some new thing. This has always been the case, and he's just never been able to, like, explain it well or, like, show it, given the budget and everything else. And just, like, at the time knowledge of, like, how digital world works.
They did try. In the original adventure, the way the evolution sequences work is the Digivice shoots its little beam up into the sky. Then there's a pool of data. That pool of data does a flash of the Digimon that it's going to become, with a slight animation to it. Then that streams down to the partner Digimon. The partner Digimon spins a lot, and then as they spin, it switches out for the Digimon they become. But you see the Digimon they're going to become before that data reaches the partner.
Yeah.
So we have always had that kind of connect to database, download, next form aspect in the adventure continuity. It's just, with that, like, huge data cloud structure thing that we saw, it was way more explicit than it ever had been before.
Yeah, which that is what threw me off. I was like, holy fuck.
Which also begs the question, why the fuck were they making evolution sequences that resemble cloud technology in 1998?
Yeah,
Were clouds a thing in 1998?
I don't know. Like, maybe? Because that's what, like, makes me more confused. Because I'm like, wait a second, like, I didn't start hearing about cloud technology until, like, the late 2000s, at least. So, like...
Okay. So, fantastic news. The first cloud technology, the Open Nebula Research Project was launched to develop an entire software stack for easy use of the cloud in 2005. Seven years prior, Digimon Adventure somehow perfectly replicates how clouds work in the evolution sequence structure.
Bandai, what are you not telling us?
Bandai, what aren't you telling us while explicitly telling us, hey, don't treat your Digimon like they're just tools, treat them like they're alive?
Digimon are real. Literal quote from Seekers.
Mm-hmm. One of these days, we're gonna find out that the true origin of, like, ChatGPT and whatever is actually just some asshole getting their hands on an Algomon.
That Algomon would.
And we're gonna have to grapple with the fact that the real reason we have Digimon docks is partially because of the stress on the Digimon, and partially because of the risk of people actually learning how to use Digimon without them.
It still terrifies me. Just the sheer implications of most of Digimon lore. That's really it. Just the sheer implications alone. It's terrifying. It's just like, okay, what else is next?
Yeah.
Especially, like, I really think it's funny, given the fact that, like, you know, back when we were doing Monspiracies in the Vital Bracelet B era, we were like, yeah, you know, we're, like, essentially preventing digital disasters, haha, and it's just like, it hasn't really come up after a while. Like, I think we really might have been onto something. Also, dumb question: is Mako mode in this? Mako mode.
Nico mode?
Yeah.
I don't know actually. Let me look into that.
No. Okay. Well, this game officially sucks. I'm kidding. All right. What does she fucking need? More health, more attack, more speed.
Ooh, actually, that does remind me of something fun though.
What?
So, you want to know something interesting?
Yes.
You know Tsukuyamon and Kuzuhamon's like little fox familiar spirits?
Yes.
They're actually based on the same thing as Kudamon.
Oh, whoa, oh, like with the same like yokai or something?
Yeah, no, Kudamon is based on the Kudagitsune, which literally translates as pipe fox, which is a kind of familiar spirit used by Japanese mages, which I believe are called... actually, let me pull it up so that I can mispronounce this properly.
Pipe fox.
Okay,
No, yeah,
so,
Digimon gaining G cells is like fucking horrifying. Such a horrifying idea. Like, holy shit.
terrifying.
The fuck are we doing? Ooh, Gabumon Black? Okay.
Okay, I can't find the explicit name, but, basically, it was a kind of familiar spirit that would be had by Japanese, like, mages or... I'm gonna go with mages as, like, or priests is the best way to describe it, because I'm not super familiar with this. But, basically, they would be a little spirit that would be kept in little scroll containers, little pipes, thus the name Pipe Fox.
Oh, okay.
And that's the reason that Kudamon has its little pipe or bullet that it wraps around and hides inside of.
Wait, you tell me it hasn't ever been a bullet, or...
So, the standard version of Kudamon has the more traditional pipe, whereas the Saver's version of Kudamon 2006, uses a bullet instead.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Because I remember you mentioned bullet Kudamon. I was like, there's a difference? Huh. Oh, both are bullets.
The two main differences is that Kudamon, the regular Kudamon, has a more traditional appearance of both the scroll canister and has a more natural pattern to its fur, and kind of fades into a transparent color as it curls back into the actual canister. Whereas the Saver's version has a circuit board pattern to its fur, and the bullet at the tip of its tail is actually the canister it stores inside of.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. But yeah, it's actually the same type of... It's actually based on the same type of creature as Tsukuyomon's fox spirits. Something I just realized I should look into in the future is what kind of which is more expensive? The XL Ultimate Genome or the IC 20X? because those are the two. Those are the only two standard V pets that Kudamon appears on
Really?
in any capacity.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow.
The only other instance we have of Kudamon on a V pet is the Pulsemon Dim, or Pulsemon VE Dim.
Wow. And instead we have like Omnimon on like almost every single V pet ever.
Including the Justice Genome XL, meaning that it appears even on one of the devices that Kudamon debuted on.
Oh my god. I was thinking about it the other day, like, I kind of get it on one hand where it's like he's a very popular Digimon. He sells devices. But on the other hand, like, when you look at, like, how many times he's been in a V-Pet, it's like, holy fuck. Like, I think, isn't he also in the Z's? Like, for no good reason? Yeah, it's like, he's even in the Pendulum Z's. It's like, why? Like, I get it, but why? The fuck is he, like...
There is no justifiable reason for why they put the Agumon and Gabumon lines on there.
No.
But also, at the same time, of course they did.
Yeah. And again, because like I said, he sells devices.
It makes sense to some degree that it makes sense Omegamon's on there because they're putting the O2 kids on there. They're gonna have Imperialdramon. You're gonna want to get Paladin mode. That's fair. We did not need the entirety of the Agumon and Gabumon lines.
No.
We did not need the freaking Bond Evos.
Okay, that I'm cool with only because I don't think they're on any other device.
They're not. But like, literally, the only reason that they're not, and I agree they deserve to be on devices. They deserve to be available. However, it could have so easily just been, hey, Aldamon and Beowulfmon can evolve into their ancient can evolve into the transcendent forms.
Mm-hmm.
They can evolve into Wargreymon and Metal Garurumon, and they can evolve into Agumon Bond and Gabumon Bond.
Yeah, no, absolutely, I will give you that. We did not need the entire fucking line, and we did not need Gabumon and Agumon taking up all that space on the device. I totally agree.
We did not.
Especially, like you said, they do fit with...
I will admit, it was really cool that they decided to have it be that Agumon and Gabumon have like super specific, really hard requirements to get their Bond Evos.
Yeah.
As reps. That was cool.
That was cool. That was a cool little Easter egg. The Bond Evos in general, like a nice little Easter egg. Why am I doing that? That's crazy. What is wrong with me? Yeah. The poor bastard. Holy shit.
I genuinely do not have any qualms with the Bond Evos themselves, especially now that I've seen the beginning, and just have a better understanding of like what they were actually trying to go for in Kizuna.
What do you mean?
I still hate Kizuna, but like, basically, Kizuna's entire plot is built on a misunderstanding that carries forward to Tai and Matt.
Oh yeah, with Manoa or Reno, whatever her name is.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Basically, Manoa is convinced that the reason Morphomon faded was because she had grown up and matured too fast, and that maturity in some way causes your Digimon to no longer be able to survive through your partnership, and so the Digimon fades away. However, the beginning shows that that isn't the case. It's not some kind of maturity. It is a literal bond breakdown that causes the Digimon to fade away. So, what happened, have you seen the beginning yet?
Yeah, I was able to watch both. I actually watched New Beginning in theaters with Xanthos, funny enough.
Nice. You know, basically, when Ukomon first fades away, it's because Louis screams at him, "I don't need you anymore."
Hmm.
It is the Ukomon internalizing, "Oh, my partner doesn't want me here. My partner doesn't need me here. Okay, it's time for me to go." That's what causes the separation. That's what causes the separation to occur.
Yeah.
And when that bond is restored, Ukomon comes back as it did, and when that bond starts to be restored, Louis seeing a bunch of people just happily existing with their Digimon and feeling responsible for putting them in danger, wants to see Ukomon to make this stop. But really, he wants to reconnect with Ukomon. And when he comes to understand the problem was just poor communication between the two of them, he wants to make things right. And so you end up with Ukomon comes back. Ukomon reborn as a Digi-Egg. Minoa's problem was that in the process of spending so much time researching, she spent so much time on the VPET guide, she forgot to feed her VPET.
Yeah, she forgot to actually. I was gonna say, it's funny because I like that idea too, because it ties back to the VPETs, which everything does always. But I like the way they were able to do it that way, where it is it's oh, if you don't take care of them, they're good to go. Instead of dying, because it's a death in metaphorical sense.
It's kind of implied to be death, because when they come back, it's usually as a Digi-Egg.
Yeah, true. So it's it's essentially VPET rules. Which is funny, because
That's another thing, something I came to realize recently. My personal, the things I disliked about Adventure are not really Adventure's fault at all. It's mostly Try.
Oh, well.
Not directly Try. I don't actually hate Try, but
you've cracked the code.
I misunderstood a lot about Adventure because of what people said about what I read about it and what people said about it and what people said was rooted in Adventure.
In the Try era?
But it's not really Adventure's fault in any capacity. Not even the Try era, but Adventure kind of people point to Adventure as being the point where they kind of yokai adjacent stuff gets started.
Yeah, no.
But to be honest, Adventure's actually way closer to the VPETs than anyone really mentions.
It is.
Obviously, most of the people who are screaming the praises of Adventure aren't actually aware of the VPETs.
Yeah, that's true. Because that's the thing, when I was doing research for my panel, because I do a panel on Digimon whenever I can at cons, in my research, that was the crux of Digimon Adventure, the OVA, that came out right before the show came out. That, the VPETs, and the Adventure show are all being put together around the same time. And the initial idea in that OVA is Bodamon keeps evolving and getting bigger and becoming more of a nuisance, but also more dangerous. And that was kind of the idea where it was adapting the VPETs, where it's okay, yeah, they're taking care of this thing, but then it gets more and more dangerous. And they were originally going to keep all of that kind of stuff, where they were gonna stay. It was gonna be where they in the VPETs where they stay whatever evolution they hit. But it was decided very, I wouldn't say late, but it was decided pretty late into the development of Adventure that they were just gonna have what we have now, where they evolve, and kind of go back to their rookie stage. So that kind of nixed the initial connection with the VPETs, but a lot of, like you said, a lot of the stuff in Adventure, it's just contextualizing VPET stuff.
And it's especially true because a lot of the promotional materials that surround that era, where it's just the VPET and the Digivice, tried to heavily kind of like feature them both in the same context.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's
which is how you get things like Rio and like tie games where like Mamio and Rio and like Adventure Kids are all running around at the same time.
yeah. That's honestly still funny. But the other thing is too, like, this is a little off topic. Speaking of VPET and stuff, I'm trying to figure out like the one thing, because like again, adventure canon is like all over the place. It's not very. It's not very well done. I think that's like a very well known thing.
You're pretty familiar with Transformers lore.
Absolutely. I was gonna compare it to the Fox X-Men universe, but Transformers is a pretty good like other
no,
like.
It's a universe. Adventure is a adventure. The adventure continuity. It's not a continuity. It's a continuity family.
That's true. Yeah.
It's like to put it in the old Transtech terms. It's a universal cluster. For the people who have no idea what the fuck
I was gonna say, holy shit, you're pulling out Transtech. You're gonna blow these.
Transformers, there used to be a lot more. In Transformers, there used to be a lot more multiversal stuff going on. It's not really as common now. But one of the aspects of it was that, like, for example, there's a bunch of media that's all kind of like derivative of Transformers Generation 1. Those timelines, those continuities, would be grouped together into the Generation 1 continuity family. There would be differences between them, but like character designs or characterization would be relatively consistent between those different versions. Like, you could tell that it was supposed to be, and the same broad strokes would be true. And that's kind of the case with adventure. Like, there's the stuff that explicitly happens in the TV anime. There's stuff that, like, certain movies are within the timeline of the TV anime. Certain ones aren't. Sometimes the same events occur, but the details are different.
Yeah.
Did Ken first find stuff with Rio? Did Ken first get involved later? I'm be real with you, Petrified. Aligned has not mattered for like 15 years at this point.
Yeah, I was gonna say Aligned. No, that like takes it, smokes a cigarette. That's the name I haven't heard in a long time. Oh, you know what? Okay.
They have not put shit into the Aligned continuity since the end of Rescue Bots Season 2.
Well, I was gonna say, the Aligned continuity's been defunct since around Rescue Bots and, like, Beast Hunters Prime. Because now it's just, like...
Technically, the Aligned continuity ended with Rescue Bots Season 2. But the full scope of TV stuff, the full scope of the Aligned continuity is the Covenant of Primus sourcebook, the Transformers War for Cybertron and Fall of Cybertron third-person shooter games, the Transformers Prime TV show, all seasons, Transformers Rescue Bots, and Transformers RID 2015.
Oh yeah, for 2015 RID was into that.
Yep. And a series of novels that are supposed to be set in it.
Oh yeah, like the
None
ones...
of which explicitly actually fit together properly.
No,
because of creative differences. But they are a larger continuity family because the same broad strokes are true. What that actually means is that the Prime writers really didn't want to actually obey what was put in the video games for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know why, because it would fit fine, but they just I don't know. I still haven't seen all of Prime. I know a lot of people love Prime, so I'm not gonna sit here and talk shit because I know like the end like product is really good. But I think it is fucking hilarious. They were just like, no, fuck you. Like, literally, Hasbro had this whole grand plan, and the Prime writers were like, fuck you. We're gonna do whatever we want to do. And they're like, alright, fuck it. Also, Arrows, you're right.
Almost,
Yes,
like,
RID
Hasbro had this
2015
grand plan,
is the Bumblebee show.
And the Prime writers and... Yeah.
Oh, bye, Larry.
The
It's been
Bumblebee
fun.
show is technically the second to last entry because Rescue Bot Season 2 came out after.
That's really strange. Yeah, I fucking...
Yeah. Prime is great. I don't understand why the writers insisted on not, like, just keeping things consistent with War for Cybertron and Fall of Cybertron, because there was nothing in Prime that directly contradicted them.
No. Unless, like...
For some reason we had to have Wheeljack be like a weird mercenary instead of just being the usual scientist who likes to make things go kaboom.
Yeah, also, like, I don't know if, like, maybe the whole, like, making Prime the 13th Prime, like, Optimus being the 13th Prime, I don't know if that was the point of contention.
I mean, there was nothing that ever there was nothing in those games that would have caused a point of contention.
No,
That was something that was planned for the aligned continuity from the start.
Especially, it is an older concept, but I feel like the aligned continuities, when they finally, like, very much, like, explicitly were like, no, this is what's happening, like, Prime, it's not just, like, coincidence, Prime is, like, an original, one of the 13, he was the 13th, and then, like, gave up his humanity. Which even, like, now in the new...
No, the original 13th was supposed to be the last Autobot, which no one fucking knows about, because that's fucking Marvel Comics bullshit.
Yeah, and I mean, Marvel Comics bullshit, like, alone is, like, its own fucking can of worms. But that's the thing, like, even now with, like, the current continuity.
That time that Black Suit Spider-Man webbed up Megatron.
Which I fucking love. I just love the fact that they were doing that shit. But I like that's the thing, like the current continuity, which like I'm with me personally, I go off of like what Bandai's doing essentially, where the toy lines are like essentially supposed to be like the main structure of the universe. Like with the current Transformers universe, with the Age of the Primes, they've reintroduced that, where now the idea is that Prime's original like 13th form was Star Convoy, or which they're calling Star Optimus. Like that is his like godly form. That's his original form that he like forego. I don't know if you're aware of what's going on in Power of the Primes.
That's kind of fucking insane, given that the original version, like the original concept for Star Convoy, is that Prime came back from the dead a third time. As
exactly. Yeah, exactly. So that's what they're adapting now in the English continuity, where it's like, no, yeah. So like Star Convoy is Optimus's original Prime like thing, because like with the, because speaking of which, I have been fucking going ham hard collecting Transformers, and I got a couple. Hold on, I have a lot of stuff next to me that I haven't opened yet.
Ooh, let's see this.
But this is from the newest wave, so this is both from Age of the Prime. So I got Wasp, which I'm so goddamn happy I fucking own now. I have wanted this son of a bitch.
Yeah, I was so happy to see
I have wanted this son of a bitch since animated. I cannot explain how happy this makes me. So I got Wasp. I had to pick that up. I actually found out this is actually...
I remember seeing the episode as a kid where they turned Wasp into Waspinator.
Yes.
And being like, holy shit, are we gonna get Beast Wars? Are we getting Beast Wars animated? And they never actually did that,
no.
unfortunately.
And we at least got Black Arachnia and Waspinator out of it.
That probably would have been in Season 4.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, I believe more Beast Wars shit, and then like more Beast Wars shit and Shattered Glass stuff was supposed to happen in Season 4, which we never got. But yeah, so apparently this is one of the rarer figures in the wave, so I'm really happy to have this. So I have him, and then I'm really happy I found her. I got Solus Prime.
Let's go!
The fucking queen herself. I am so happy. I have not seen, like...
That is awesome.
This wave, like, Legacy was fairly easy to collect in my area. It wasn't, like, that bad. It started to get a little bad when Transformers 1 came out. Sadly, a lot of those toys shelf-warmed, and a lot of the stores I was around, like, didn't want to restock until they sold that product, and it just kind of never sold. So Legacy started to, like, die down. Like that last wave they came out with Legacy, I didn't see a single figure from that wave in stores. I had to buy most of them online. But with Age of the Primes, my stores are getting stock, but it's like selling out immediately. It's fucking wild. I had not seen Transformers like fly off the shelves like this before. I mean, a lot of stores aren't getting that much product. They're not buying a lot of product, but still, it's a lot of when something's not selling well because it shelf forms for like fucking ever. Nothing from this wave has shelf formed yet. Like, I have only seen from Age of the Primes these two figures and a Red Alert. And the only reason I didn't get Red Alert is just because I'm low on funds. If I see him again, I'll pick him up. But I really want the Fallen, and I have not seen the Fallen at all. Mm-hmm. At all. Mm-hmm. It's insane.
No, yeah. The only reason I haven't picked up Red Alert or like any of the Armada ones is that I'm mad they don't have their minicons.
I still am pissed off. Like, I picked up Wheeljack, and like Shattered Glass Wheeljack came with the minicon, but this release does not have the minicon, and I have no fucking clue why. It's very strange. Like, I like, honestly, like, out of all the releases that should have had their minicon, Commander Optimus should have had it. I don't know how they couldn't fit that in the budget.
Yeah, no, absolutely. How do you justify actually putting the effort in to make a version of, like, the base mode that doesn't have the minicon that the base mode
Exactly. Or, like, any minicons. Like, I think the only releases that have had minicons are the Recolor Hotshot, which I don't...
Thank God they're at the very least putting the Hot Rod They're putting the Hot Rod Micromaster in the fucking Star Convoy set.
Yes, that made me really happy. I feel like that was a direct kind of, like, answer to that criticism, to be honest with you. Then again, Titans have a lot more of like a budget, and thankfully with Star Optimus, like, they are like utilizing the budget as much as they can. So I am happy he's gonna have the Micromaster Hot Rod, but it's a bummer that, especially like we already know that like core class is done, like they're axing it, which is a bummer. But
so good.
It was great. I have so many fucking core class. They were so good. There's still a lot I want to try to get before they become ridiculously expensive. But like, it's such a bummer. Power Link's Hotshot had the minicon, not the right. Power Link's.
I need to get my hands. Yeah, no, the Power Links did have Joel.
Yeah,
I'm so mad that they didn't.
I just didn't.
Put the.
Like, I don't
just
want that.
sell them at like. Just put the minicon in and sell them at a price point higher than they should be.
Or at least make it exclusive. Or, I've been seeing people float this idea. I don't know if they're actually going to do this, but it'd be really cool if they brought, like, kind of like during the, I think it was like Siege, they had like the dual mini, like, they weren't minicon, but like the dual, like the little
like
mini bot packs.
Micromaster pack?
Yeah, like make a Micromaster pack where it's 2 minicons per pack, so we can get like Jolt and I forgot Starscream's minicon. Like those 2 in one pack. And then like
Swindle.
Yeah, Swindle. Like so Swindle and Jolt, and then like another pack would be Sparkplug and Leader 1, and then another pack would be what's his name? Vector Prime's minicon, and then like something else. I don't know why we haven't got that. Like why are we not doing that? It's such a bummer.
I don't know why I remember all their names so well.
Yeah, I don't know. I that part of my brain is so fried. I cannot. Oh yeah, you're right. That doesn't mean that Jolt was in the mold of Hotshot.
Yeah, no, but for the core class stuff, I desperately want to get my hands on the Dinobots.
Me too. I want to get that set where they're all recolored.
In part because that so there's the Dino King set. That's actually from Victory.
Yeah, which I had no idea. I've always heard about Dino King. I didn't know it was from Victory. I get why the hype is now.
It's pretty interesting. So there's a combiner down the line. I think it's called Abominus. Or maybe it might not be Abominus, like, because I know there's the Monster Bots, but then there's also a second set of combining Monster Bots that were Pretenders.
Alex G, take it easy. Have a good night, man.
In Japan,
Oh, it is
It is
Abominus.
Abominus. Okay, so Abominus was a pretender combiner in the U.S.
That's cool.
But in Japan, and so basically, they had pretender shells that looked like monsters, but then they had like robot monster forms that they turned into. In Japan, they replaced the shells with armored cyborg dinosaurs. And so the combination was Dino King. So, when we got the combining core class Dinobots, the fact that Slug formed the central torso immediately told us, oh, it's going to be Dino King.
Oh, okay.
Because we knew, because like that was the transfer, that was the combination scheme.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, because I remember when they were like coming out one by one.
Because the Triceratops was the center.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Because I remember when it was coming out one by one, like everyone was
That's
like,
why Grimlock's a leg for this version of Volcanicus.
That makes sense. Okay.
Because it was always designed to be
Dino King. I mean, that's pretty smart.
Dino King.
That's what I like about like modern Hasbro a lot. Is like, I feel like Transformers fans are a very like special fandom as far as like toys are considered, because they want recolors and retools. I feel like most people would be very annoyed at that idea. Where it's like, I know like people like Marvel Legends collectors hate when they constantly reuse body types, but like with Transformers, we're like, all right, fuck yeah, you know, you put like a new head on, I don't know, you put a new head and new color scheme on animated Bumblebee, we're like, yeah, I'm buying that. Like, we're all hype about it. Like, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I think it's a very interesting thing. So I love when they do this kind of thing.
Like, it has to be acknowledged. Transformers is a series where you can sell us the same
shit.
Yeah. Like, the same
Yeah.
jet in 10 colors. And we will get mad at you for shitty distribution on the 7th one.
I was gonna say, or we'll be mad because there's like an 8th color that like 10% of the fandom wants, and they're like, why the fuck don't we have this color? Like, it's great. I love it.
And then, like, meanwhile, there'll be two people fighting in the back because technically speaking, the 9th one that hasn't been announced yet could theoretically use a different body type, and so they're literally fighting to the death over which body type it should have.
Yeah, exactly. So I love it. I think it's funny.
Slipstream, how are you doing today?
Yeah, I gotta say, I do own the new Slipstream. I think she's great. I love it. I think it's a perfect. Yeah, no. I think the only
honestly, Windblade is like the genius of Windblade as a character is it now gives us a Femme Seeker mold.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Petrified Kilt, our kit is right. Like, I want Cybertron Starscream in more colors. Like, I have it. It's a great figure, but I would love to see it in like the Ramjet colors. Like, that would be so nice.
God, yeah.
Especially
also, I'm gonna say it. Petrified's right. We need to focus less on G1.
No, yeah.
I'm gonna say it. Transformers as a brand tanked when we started having consistent designs across seasons.
No, you're right.
I grew up in the Unicron trilogy. I am used like when Rise of the Beasts came out and they announced that Wheeljack was the minivan with the glasses and everyone was losing their minds.
Yeah.
I was like, why are you all so like I was like, oh, that's neat. They changed it up a little bit. Cool. Everyone else was losing their minds like it was the worst thing ever. I'm like, why is everyone so concerned about this? And then I realized, oh right, I'm the odd one out. I grew up in the Unicron trilogy where Prime looks different every time you look away.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and his trailer actually does something.
Exactly. Pander to our Unicron trilogy
literally.
nostalgia.
Which they finally are, that's like high key what got me back into collecting, is them starting to pander to the Unicron trilogy. When they announced Commander...
Yeah, but they're doing it wrong, because where the fuck are my Minicons?
No, yeah.
I almost said, where the fuck are my Minicons Bandai, because that's the people I expect this from.
No, it's so funny. Like, I will, like, talk about Transformers and accidentally say Bandai constantly. But it's that's the thing. Like, I really do like the fact that, like, a lot of times with Transformers, like, they will release a character first, even though that essentially what they're releasing first is the, like, secondary use of the mold. Like, not just, like, core class.
Yeah, the prequel.
Yeah. Like, I feel like high key, them.
Like, pre-tool or pre-deco.
Yeah.
Where it's like, very clearly not what the mold is designed to sell.
But it's, like, more
It
recognizable.
gets you hyped for it when it does.
Yeah, not only that, but sometimes they'll bank on a more recognizable version of the character. Like, for example, like Slipstream. Like, I genuinely think that the only reason we even got a new Windblade is just so that we could get a new Slipstream. Because I really like that mold. It's good. I never bought the Windblade just because I knew I was banking on them making Slipstream, and thankfully that paid off for me. Also, I don't want to flex, but I do own the Thrilling 30 Windblade, and I don't like owning too many of the same character.
Nice.
Even though I have like a million Bumblebees and a million Optimus and Megatrons and Starscreams, that's like the only character I consistently always get. But
You know.
my Windblade, it works. You know, I don't really feel like I need another one. And also, the Thrilling 30 Windblade is just a horrible figure. I don't know why that figure is so expensive. It is.
Yeah.
It's awful. It's not worth the asking price, even when it first came out. But I felt like that's fine. I don't need another one on my shelf. So I was hoping that they were gonna make it into Slipstream, and honestly, it wears the Slipstream coloring and everything a lot better. And even it being a bit more like.
Also, I'm gonna say it. Windblade, honestly, like with what her character is like so heavily tied into lore-wise, if they're going to make Windblade, if they're gonna make Windblade figures, she needs to be core class. She needs to be like connected to and like, I'm sorry, like, I'm not saying that we need to get rid of like Scamper or anything, but like she should be the freaking like mini vehicle tied in with Metroplex.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't done that.
Let the city speaker be with the city.
It's pretty baffling, to be honest. And also, Kit is right. I do feel the same way. I think older fans they just complain a lot about if they don't have the same like boxy designs. They just complain. And again, as Unicorn Trilogy boys,
and like one thing I find really, really funny is that those are the same fans who are complaining about the skeleton combiners now. We all know that you were going to put them in to get, like, that you were going to assemble them in that exact configuration. True.
I gotta say though, I'm not a fan of the skeleton combiners. I don't really care much for them. And the main reason
I'm not particularly fond of the skeleton combiners either. But also I feel like it's more so because this is the first time Hasbro's like interacting with that idea, and that like we could easily get more Scramble City-esque skeletons down the line.
Yeah,
you are 100% onto it. My favorite Transformer toy I own is literally the Universe 2008 Redeco that turns out Cybertron Soundwave into Blaster. I specifically sought out and got a third-party Rosanna just to give him another minion.
I love that. That mold of that color scheme is so good. You guys saw the leaks that were getting Cybertron Sideways, right?
Yeah.
I am so hyped. I am so excited.
I'm so hyped.
My thing with my biggest reason why I don't like the skeleton combiners is just because I like my biggest problem with a lot of Transformer stuff in the late 2010s up until still kind of now-ish is like how beholden they are to not just the G1 designs, but the G1 designs from the show, like the Sunbow G1 designs. I have like, for example, I have Earthrise Prime. I really like or Thrice Prime. I think he does a really good job of being like a modern G1 Prime, but he's not trying to be like the Sunbow design. It is like a modern interpretation, a modern generation's interpretation of G1 Prime. I don't like the last Masterpiece Prime that came out. I think it looks ugly as fuck, and like it's trying to look like, I think it's Jobby that said it the best, Jobby the Hong, where he was like, G1 is not even accurate to G1. Like, why are we trying to make these fucking toys look like these models that like never were ever drawn on model? Like, it's so strange to me, and that's my biggest problem with the skeleton combiners, is that they're trying to look like designs that were never really supposed to ever exist in reality and be able to transform. And like, I don't know, like the G1ers love it.
Problem we all had with the movie toys, remember that?
Exactly. So it's like, it's weird to me. Like, a lot of the G1ers, you know, they eat it up, they love it. So it's like, if they like it, sure, but like, it's just not for me. Like, I don't really care much.
Like, my personal, see, the irony for me is that I have zero interest in the skeleton combiners, not because I think the skeleton combiner concept is inherently bad, and not even because of the completely correct argument you're making, but because I'm too busy collecting the actual G1 combiners to use for my Diaclone displays.
Oh god. You have gotten into, you fell into a very expensive, like, trap there, man.
No, that is the tragedy of it. That is the tragedy of it. Because the reason I'm collecting the G1 Transformers is because they're cheaper.
Are they really that cheap? I guess they are. I don't know why I even said that, because when I got back into
it's specifically that I'm not focusing on getting authentic stuff, and so I'm just buying up knockoffs.
Oh, I mean that too. But still, even like back in the day, knockoffs used to be mad expensive from G1 stuff. Like, the reissues and knockoffs used to cost as much as, like, the actual real items.
Yeah, no, like, I've got a knockoff reissue Metroplex.
Oh.
And it only cost me, like, $100.
Oh, that's so cool.
And then on top of that, for only, like, $80, I got a full set of knockoff Protectobots.
Ooh, not bad.
Eventually the hotspot broke, but I was able to pick up an authentic G1 hotspot for like $30.
Oh, not bad.
Because I didn't need any of the parts, because I already had the parts from the knockoff.
That's the funniest thing, is watching like it's so cheap to get G1 and early generation stuff nowadays. Like, it's really weird. Like, I'm not used to it. Like, I'm so used to it being so prohibitively expensive that when I went on like Mercari and I found like a Classics Megatron, which used to go for like stupid prices, even the green one. I found him for like maybe $20. Like, that's fucking nuts.
Yeah. No one wants, like, because like here's the thing. No one's obsessed with, like, the people who were, like, it's the G1ers who were driving up those prices.
True.
And now that they're being catered to, there's like no need, like there's no, like, the only people who actually want them are the people who are nostalgic for those ones specifically. Yeah,
no, you're right. You're absolutely right. Because it is like, again, I just think it's so funny. Like, it's just such a weird, like, dichotomy shift. And Kid is right. Like, they definitely realize that, like, oh, the people that are like our age, one, we have money, and two, like, we want to buy like figures based on the shit that we grew up with. Because it's been so long that, like, I'm telling you right now, again, I'm not trying to flex. However, when they announced Omega Prime, I fucking dropped money on that immediately. I was like, I am not allowing this to get out of my reach.
There has never been a point where I cursed myself for not having consistent income more than when I saw Omega Prime.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm still pissed off I missed out on Star Saber. Because that is also, like, one of my holy grails. I've always wanted to really, like, I was thinking G1.
I mean, you may have dodged a bullet, because I've heard the Star Saber quality control wasn't that great.
I heard, and I have fucking shit luck with quality control, man. My Vector Prime is a goddamn travesty. I have to rebuy a new one. Like, mine, I think there's no amount of, like, tightening I can do to fix him. He is just fucked. QC wise. Like me unboxing him low key like made me like nervous to unbox a lot of my Transformers for a while because it's so bad. Like I want to enjoy the figure. Like it's not that bad. Like I know people don't like it because it's not super accurate, but it's really a good figure overall. But mine is just so loose everywhere. It can't transform properly. Nothing clicks in. It's a travesty. Like my Wheeljack, my Armada Wheeljack.
Honestly, my only complaint about that figure's design is literally just
The
me
legs?
being mad that no, not the legs. It's that Safeguard's indent is gone.
Oh yeah. It's like them saying like
Because
we're
obviously Safeguard's not included, so it makes sense. But like one of the coolest things to me about the original Vector Prime was that there was a little indent in the vehicle mode for Safeguard to mount onto.
No,
so that
yeah.
It looked integrated into the larger spaceship.
I still low key would like to just get an original Vector Prime for my collection. I've always wanted to do a lot of the.
Oh no, yes, same. Yeah, no, like honestly, I was like I went to a con one time, and I saw, and like there was this one table, and they had a full-on and they had a full-on Vector Prime, and it was the Universe Ridico version, and I was so tempted, but I didn't know that I was going to be going to a con that day, because literally I was just over at my friend's house, and his parents came home and were like, "Hey, there's a con going on. Do you guys want to go to it?"
Oh shit.
And so I had no money on me, because I had no idea I was gonna go there.
Damn. Yeah, it's it's interesting. Like for example, another QC problem I had recently. My Armada Wheeljack, right? You know his weapons, those Billy Club stick type things.
Which were the missiles on the original.
Yes. Mine, they gave me two of the same side by accident. So.
Oh dang.
Yeah, so it's like. I gotta email Hasbro about that and see if they can just send me the right one. Because I have, I think 2 left ones or 2 right ones. So, when it's in the vehicle mode, one is upside down.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's, not there. And I was, so pissed off. I was just I cannot believe... I was filming a video of me unboxing. Maybe that might end up being this week's video because I don't already have a... I have a couple ideas, but I haven't filmed anything. But that might be this week's video, is me unboxing 3... Transformers. And I literally in the video mentioned, oh man, wait, they took one of ours? What the fuck? What?
Took too long.
Is that a thing?
Yep.
Oh my fucking god. Yeah, in the video I mentioned, I'm doing pretty well with QC. I'm very happy. And then, literally, I'm like, wait a second. I have 2 left missiles. What the fuck?
Okay. If it makes you feel any better, I mentioned, the full scope of my, G1 side of my Diaclone displays is I've got a G1 Prime that I honestly do kind of want to replace. It's like an old, I got it off a friend when I was in middle school.
Oh wow, so it's
so that
an
thing's
old boy.
seen some wear and tear.
Yeah.
It's seen some wear and tear.
Does he have the floppy leg disease?
He does. He doesn't have floppy leg disease, but those legs want to kick back on that spring so bad that's even at the slightest touch, he'll just fling his torso back into the sky like he's screaming, "Why?"
Oh my god.
It'd honestly be kind of funny, if not for the fact that I have 2 little Diaclone pilots sitting in there that get launched out of his back because there's nothing stopping them from falling out from his back.
Oh my god.
G1 Prime has no back, so they just fall out.
Oh my god, I never noticed that.
No, yeah. But so I do want to eventually replace that with the missing link. I'm particularly interested in grabbing the missing link Sentinel.
Oh
Because it's a
yeah,
different color scheme.
I
It
like
doesn't
that
have the,
color scheme a lot.
Autobots symbols. It's a good color scheme.
You know, I actually
Also just like the missing link articulation will look so good in a Diaclone display.
I was gonna say yeah, because you have the new pilots too, right?
Yeah.
I think isn't the missing link isn't the cab like diecast? Like, wouldn't they be able to stand on him?
Ooh, maybe. I'm not sure because a lot of the diecast metal for the G1 stuff isn't actually magnetized.
Interesting. You might just in case again.
Like I thought it would be, but like the features don't fall to it.
That's weird. Just in case again, I don't know if you're super in touch with the current leaks. I just saw this earlier this week. There is a rumor / leak. I don't know if it's gonna happen. I feel like it's very possible though. I just saw we might be getting a missing link Magnus.
Oh my god, that's what I've been hoping for my entire life.
Me too.
Please, for the love of God, let us get a missing link Magnus.
I like high key, like I wanted to get the missing link.
There is nothing I want more than missing link Magnus.
Same.
I need missing link Magnus more than you could possibly comprehend.
I can somewhat comprehend
I gotta
it.
get my hands on the missing link Sunstreaker. I need the missing link Sunstreaker.
Yeah, that
if
one's
I can get
nice.
the missing link Sunstreaker in red, I will literally die of happiness. Also, I know they're not going to because of like.
It's big convoy.
It's highly unlikely that they will actually go to. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, I want.
It's highly unlikely that they'll actually do this, but I really hope they will. Please, for the love of God, do missing link Ironhide and Ratchet.
I don't know how those weren't some of the first.
I am the only person who wants this.
No, I don't think so, because honestly, we need like an actual like Ironhide and Ratchet that like look like Ironhide and Ratchet. Like I know why they look like that, but at the same time, like we need a proper figure of them, like a proper G1 figure of them.
Mm-hmm.
It's really funny because like I skipped out on Missing Link Optimus just because I was hoping we were getting the Magnus eventually. And I'm very happy if that's actually going to happen. Because the biggest thing would be...
I'm gonna be real. I'm probably going to get both.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you have the money.
If I can. Like, just because as much as I desperately want a Missing Link Magnus, and a Missing Link Magnus would be so freaking good for, like... As much as I want a Missing Link Magnus, and a Missing Link Magnus would be so fantastic for a Diaclone collection, because like you could absolutely have it carry the newer machines, and the fact that a Missing Link Magnus would probably like the Redica would obviously be
Delta
the
Magnus,
Shattered Glass Magnus / original Diaclone colors.
Yep.
At the same time, getting into Diaclone proper has absolutely like ignited an actual appreciation for Prime's trailer in ways you could never comprehend without it.
I
Everything
can.
about Prime's trailer is just a Diaclone base.
No, yeah, I can because that Diaclone convoy
like,
that came out a couple years ago.
About it comes to life.
Well, there's that Diaclone convoy that came out a couple years ago, and like that was like I was like, oh, I get it now. Like this is a lot cooler of an idea when it's like
it clicks so much better now.
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay.
Also, dangerous, bit of a cognito hazard here, but knockoff companies have really recently figured out how to put that thing together.
Wait, what?
I know a store that's selling knockoff versions of that Diaclone Prime, and it's only 130.
Oh, I know. I am. Don't worry. I'm aware of it, and I'm trying to buy one as soon as possible because
it's been haunting your dreams too. Then.
I just Vangelis just did a live stream where he showed it off, and I was like, "Is this the knockoff?" And he was like, "Oh yeah," and it's great. And I'm like, "Okay." All right.
Yeah, no. I hate to be the one to tell you this. Diaclone knockoffs are some high quality shit most of the time.
Yeah, which I'm very happy about. Hopefully they make a knockoff of the like Magnus Diaclone set that came out a while back.
Hmm.
Because like I was about to drop $400. Yeah, I was about to drop $400 in that power convoy. I'm not gonna fucking lie to you, because I was like, this looks so goddamn heat. Like the convoy looks great already. The power convoy is like so heat. Like they went fucking crazy on that design.
Okay. Here's the thing though. Here's the unfortunate news I have to break to you.
Oh no, what?
The knockoffs are so high quality that they're completely compatible with the authentics.
Wonderful. Well, if they
This is a dangerous road you're treading.
Yeah.
And you need to know that.
Look, at this point, I just want that convoy. I want powered convoy, and whatever happens after that, it's just, you know, whatever happens, happens. You know what I mean? Because like, what is it? There's that.
I'm just warning you.
I know.
Warning you.
I have seen your setups.
I feel the need to warn you. I want you to pick up. I want you to look at that wasp, and I want you to know that there are $70. There are like $70 to $80 Diaclone figures at the size of that wasp, with
Oh my god.
articulation,
My god.
high customizability, fucking littered in 3mm ports. So yes, you can take your shit from 30-minute missions and from Gundam and shit and trick those fuckers out.
Oh my god.
And they're designed to fit in that trailer.
Oh god.
There are specific sets to add maintenance bays that will fit inside that trailer.
Oh god. I need it. I need it.
And like with the more recent sets, they're designed so that they are capable of transforming into jets, VTOLs, trucks, submarines, orbital like literal orbital craft, orbital spacecraft. And to top it all off, the parts that allow them to transform are all customization parts, because you can strip them down and it's the same base frame. I am talking, imagine if they had seeker molds that could transform into jets, VTOLs, and submarines.
Jeez.
And every single one comes with a little core that has a little pilot in it.
I love those pilots, man. Does the knockoff come with
smaller scale shit?
Does the knockoff come with the pilot?
The knockoff doesn't come with one.
Fuck.
The knockoff comes with 2 pilots.
Oh, good.
The knockoff comes with 2 pilots, and I'm pretty sure it'll probably come with most of the. Let me actually double check, because I have that page.
Yeah, it's Ali, isn't it?
Yeah, it is out.
Oh, okay. But no, like it's AliExpress, right? That's where you're looking at, or?
Oh no, I was looking at it on Shozy store.
Oh, is it still in stock? I feel like I checked the other day and it was out of stock.
Oh yeah, it's sold out on Shozy. But yeah, it comes with most of the. Oh no, it comes with all. It comes with all of the little base detailed parts. It's got the guns. It's got the terminals. It's got the little mounts and shit for the bullet cores.
Yeah, I know. Like, doesn't I feel like the
It comes with the little maintenance table.
Oh, nice. I know, like, the trailer itself, because, like, in, like, Diaclone proper, like, just that one square of a trailer is, like, $50 by itself or something like that, right?
Yes.
Crazy.
Also, just to make things a little bit worse, let me pull this up.
Oh, wow, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, They recently announced an independent version of the trailer in like pitch black.
Oh.
That's a little bit. I believe it's a little bit smaller. It might actually be the same. It's probably actually the same size. Hold on. I'm just gonna send you the link because this store's weird about sending pictures.
Whoa, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, no. Look at all the pictures though, because like that command section is like massive on its own. But then you get to the actual like base from the back. This thing comes with a forklift.
What the hell? Your Diaclone pilot can be forklift certified?
And just because that wasn't enough... Yeah, and just because that wasn't enough, it's got a working elevator and multiple deployment points. It's got an elevator that can lower a motorcycle. It's got ramps the motorcycles can deploy from. It's got hidden guns. And, let me see, does not have that stock photo on this one?
Damn, that is
okay,
cool.
It doesn't have the stock photo on this one, but, if you look at the treads, there are little, compartments in the treads that you can pull out and store the other type of motorcycles inside.
Wow.
Which is also true for the original Prime one.
Yeah, this...
Be the danger you're in now, right?
Absolutely. This company, I'm telling you right now, though, this third-party company needs to make the powered convoy, like, ASAP. Also, I am getting fucking rocked. This is not good. Oh, he's confused. I'm like, why is he doing that?
You got acceleration boost on your Gallant mod. Why aren't you using it?
Yeah, no. I'm trying to, like, buy time here. And it's not gonna work. There you go. Okay, that's fine. Oh my, I was gonna say, he does not need critical up. No, Numemon, don't do this to me. I am literally getting push turned right now. This is fucking wild. Oh, I could have used character reversal too. They're probably gonna fucking block it though. Of course. Of course. Oh god, I wish there was a fast forward button. Oh my god, look at this. I knew I'm still confused too. Cool. At least he's asleep. He can't hurt us anymore. Oh my god, this is crazy.
Yeah.
I haven't saved, like, I think all, like, session. So this is, oh my god. Oh my fucking god. This is crazy. Oh god. I forgot to save. I literally haven't saved in like 3 hours.
Oh god!
I've been saved in like 3 hours. This is bad.
Oh god, this is bad. This is bad.
Okay.
That reminds me of something really funny though. So Sumi, Bridget, and I were playing the old like SNES RPG, Live Alive.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We wanted to play like the stuff that like inspired Undertale and Deltarune to get like a better feel for like the kind of stuff that might show up later.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a really complex RPG where there are basically like 7 different storylines, all with different settings that all coalesce together at the end. And one of them is set in the Stone Age, as in before language. And so the characters communicate and interact entirely through thought bubbles and gesturing.
Okay.
And we were so enraptured in this caveman drama that we forgot to save the entire time we were playing.
Oh my god.
We got like 2 hours in, and then we died and then we got mauled by a pack of saber-toothed tigers.
Oh fuck. Don't all the Live Alive like stories, don't they all like play completely differently too?
I do not know, because after we died to those saber-toothed tigers, we just decided to quit it for the night, and we haven't gone back to it yet.
That's fair.
But it's just really funny to me how all 3 of us were so invested that not one of us remembered saving was a thing.
Oh my god. It happens. I mean, look at me. I literally was like, oh yeah, we're doing all this stuff, and we do all this story stuff, and then now it's like, oh yeah, I forgot. If this bitch... Okay, alright.
Okay. Not to backseat game, but restore Gallantmon NX's SP.
No, yeah.
And use acceleration boost before every attack, because it'll double your damage.
Hold on, because I'm at the... I hope... Oh no, this one does not have...
Texture blow! Texture blow! You use texture blow!
I tried, it failed.
Texture blow.
It failed, and I'm like, fuck. I'm gonna try again.
Keep trying to.
I'm going to just use... Honestly...
You don't need to worry about doing... you can try and hit Gargomon with character reversal.
Yeah, I'm gonna try again. I'm just keeping everyone like healed up first, and then what I'm gonna do is with Gallantmon, I'm gonna focus on whatever the hell this one is. It's not Crescentmon yet, but
Lucky Spawn.
yeah, the Lekismon. I'm just gonna focus on.
Or actually, no, I'm pretty sure that is Crescentmon.
No, that is Crescentmon. Okay, oh, that was Lekismon. Yeah, I'm just gonna focus on her, and then I'm gonna try to texture blow her too, so that way she can't heal. She's pissing me the fuck off. Eat shit. Come on. Yeah! Fuck you! Alright. We're in. Eat shit. Eat shit! Literally, you bitch! I'm just gonna try to texture blow everybody. You son of a bitch. You could have X-healed this entire time. You've been sitting on it. 6 damage. Eat shit. Eat shit, Crescentmon. Alright, can we... Okay, cool. We still have enough to do that. And we just gotta heal their SP. Alright. Oh god. This is stressful.
No, yeah. Is this not even like the boss fight for this one?
I think it is. It better be.
It probably is, but also like, did the sleep if it's the boss fight, did the sleep already wear off on them then?
I guess. Oh no, she's back.
Yeah. Rather than try and hit everyone with texture blow, just hit her with texture blow and focus her until she's dead.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah. This is wrong. Just force feeding them pills, like. Oh god. Fuck. Oh my god. Ah! This is torture.
The other thing is that, like, you're kind of at a point in the story where, like, the NXs really are not that useful.
No, yeah, I've noticed. I gotta get them off the team. I've been trying to grind out, the, like, other stuff, so for some reason, I've kept them in the team. They need to go back into the thing, because I'm sitting on, like, a bunch of Mega Digimon, because I didn't have enough room to move them over, and the NX Digimon are cheaper. But now I have enough room, so it's like, there's no use.
Yeah, no, I get you, I get you.
Oh my god. Hold on, I'm just gonna go. Who was my partner? Wait, in this game, or?
I mean, if it's a in general question, for me, I have a version 4, so, Yuramon to Tanemon to Piomon, and then either Monochromon or Leomon into Megadramon, and then Darkdramon.
Oh, for the quest. You. I didn't have any other choice. I literally would only. It did not allow me to pick anything else. It was just like, you're playing as you, or you's gonna be your partner. I was like, all right, cool, I guess. I wouldn't. That's literally the last person I would have
You
picked.
wanna know the funniest part about this?
What?
This is a completely optional side quest.
That's wonderful. Oh god. This is not good. This is not good. I think if this doesn't go through, we may be playing another game next week. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna need a break from this game if I lose all this fucking progress. Oh God.
God, though, like, I really hope they do make that missing link Magnus.
I do too. I do too, because it's gonna be really cool. Like, obviously, I'm pretty sure it'll be a slight retool of the existing missing link, like, convoy mode. But even if it's not, like, I'm just excited to see how they're gonna handle his like articulation when he's in like the giant like Magnus armor.
That's the thing. That's the thing. Like, it's really difficult because the original G1 Magnus is literally like a flat board
Yeah.
that you plug. And so, like, I could easily see the upper body kind of working the same way as originally, but with better articulated arms, and that it kind of, like, wraps around the core torso. But I don't know how they'll do the legs.
That's what I'm also wondering.
Because the legs, what would make the most sense, like, the two ways they could do it is they could bulk out the legs in some capacity, and basically just have the core kind of like fold, like have the core in truck mode but with the head up, and like fold in at the knee into a little box, almost Power Master style.
Okay.
And then have the legs become, and basically have the entire trailer effectively be its own robot. Or they could separate the trailer into the upper and lower body and have the lower body armor kind of wrap around and attach to the existing legs and use the articulation there. And I honestly don't know which would work better.
Yeah, I don't know either. Especially if they're... I mean, I don't know if they're going to have any diecast in, like, the Magnus trailer. I feel like they might try to still do that. So that's becomes another thing. Like, how are they going to... How's it going to be articulate with diecast also involved, too? While also keeping the original shape and look of the original toy.
Yeah.
Alright, there we go. You know, I did actually save. It forced me to save at one point. So that was like, I don't know. Still an hour and a half ago, but
Oh, thank God.
Fuck it, whatever. Let's see where we left off. Wow. Okay, so it's after that. Actually, I don't think we actually lost much.
Basically.
Huh?
Or no, I might have been misremembering.
No, because this is.
Because I remember like the first thing I commented on. No, this is midway through the stream because this is just after I actually sat down after rambling for like an hour.
No, I was gonna say this is like halfway through the stream, I think. So. Yeah, not much. We did not miss
Yeah,
much.
not too much, not too bad.
The only thing, it's not the fucking running around or anything. It's the goddamn like evolving and shit. That takes so much fucking time. So it's annoying when you die and you're like, oh cool. I gotta fucking remember what the fuck I was doing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's gonna be the end of the stream.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, because she asked that, and then I did not do that mission. I ended up doing this fuck-ass mission and spent the rest of the stream on it. Let's see.
Yeah, no, like, so, those territory capture missions are entirely side quest optional, but you do get a bonus at the very end for how many you've completed.
Okay, what's the bonus?
Basically, they'll show up and give you an item just before the final battle.
Okay. That's good to know. Alright, well, thankfully, all we missed was the B mission, which wasn't that long, and the pizza mission. I don't think we did much else. Cool.
Yeah.
Get these things the fuck out of my team. And I don't have a fucking...
Stupid thing that just came to mind for me though, because I read Kit's message about Gun Megatron doesn't make sense with the character, and that reminds me of an idea I had a while back. For characters like Megatron and like RC and stuff, where like there's just no feasible way to give them the alt mode they're supposed to have, and have like and like even if like without like either it being like illegal or like severely compromising the robot mode or vice versa. They should bring back Action Masters, but like using the like weaponizer / modulator type bodies, if that makes sense. Like imagine like you have a Megatron figure that can't transform, like it can't really transform on its own, but it comes with a bunch of bits and kibble bits that vaguely resemble the add-ons for the original Megatron toy, and you can like rearrange them into like a stationary cannon, or like something akin to his rifle mode, to his gun mode. Not rifle mode, he was always a pistol. Or like something that looks like a tank. Or an RC where like her vehicle mode is kind of still formed, like it still kind of is like a shell that forms around her, but it also splits into pieces of like different kinds of equipment and stuff.
Oh, okay, because I was gonna say, like, what would you recommend for RC? I thought you meant like getting her a completely new like alt mode. I'm not against, like, I don't know, it's funny, like, there's a lot of Transformers that have come out that people, like, do not like. Like, for example, I don't own them yet, but I do want to have, I want to have, Earthrise Ironhide. I think it's really cool. I know a lot of people hate the fact that the top of his truck removes and becomes, like, a shield type thing, but I think it's pretty fucking cool. Mm-hmm. I'm cool with that. I think it's fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, especially as like an homage to the battle sled.
Yeah, exactly. Like, It's not like they, because like I would prefer that, and I still prefer that to like the the Studio Series one, because the Studio Series one has like a really complicated ass transformation, and it looks kind of ugly in car mode because of all the paneling, because you need to fold it away, and it's like, why sacrifice that when you can just have like the Siege one, which it's, or the Earthrise one, which is I think fine.
Yeah. Okay, that actually reminds me. One of the biggest pet peeves to me ever, that I don't understand why they keep doing this. Why are they so insistent on doing the freaking leg swivel for prime transformations?
Well, what do you mean? Well, the legs just go back, or?
No, like, on the G1 Prime, the legs just fold back.
Yeah.
On every single modern interpretation of G1 Prime that we have gotten for the last 10 years, they add a weight, they swivel it around instead.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
I just don't understand why.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like an articulation thing, or again it's just like a weird, like, it needs to look like the G1 truck, because if we don't make everything exactly like G1, people complain.
No, but like I'm pretty sure that they actually like I'm pretty sure that for like the new like Studio Series 1, they put that waist swivel in. Like they put that like swivel in. Like they did with like the Earthrise and the Siege and everything. And so like they had to like do a special like half transformation to replicate that scene where Prime like does like the jets to like shoot himself up.
Oh yeah,
to
yeah.
actually transform. And I'm just, why bother? Why not just not do the swivel?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's there purely so they can bloat the steps.
I feel like sometimes it is just to bloat the steps, and it's very strange to me. I don't like when like transformations are too complicated. Not that I can't handle it; it's just the fact that like sometimes it just feels unnecessary. It's like, does it need this many steps? Like, it could just be like.
Okay. Actually, that reminds me of something that I stumbled across. I'm pretty sure I've told you about it before, but like, I stumbled across this a while back. It was a set of third-party figures called Glacial Lord. They're not meant to be any, like, official characters.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally, the company Fans Project decided to do their own hypothetical Scramble City Combiner team.
Cool.
Of completely original character sets based on Ice Age animals.
That's cool.
And the gimmick is that like they're also kind of headmasters.
That's cool.
Cause they have like these little like it's more similar to the Brain Masters from Victory.
Okay.
It's like little robots that like
become the
curl
face
up kind of in the same way a headmaster would, but instead of like their heads are still just the heads of the robots.
Oh, okay.
And they kind of slot into the chests.
That's cool.
I'll send you pictures later, but like, I have one of them. I only have one of them right now, but I've like found a place where I can get like, where they're like, they didn't really sell well, and I found one of the stores that I go to regularly for this kind of stuff is selling like all of the stock they still have of it for $9.99, including the torso bot.
Whoa.
And so, like, I could literally, like, I can't complete the set because they don't have everyone. But, like, I could get 3 more limbs and the torso for, like, a total of $40.
That's not bad at all.
Not bad at all. Especially because the torso is a freaking mammoth.
That's sick.
Like, imagine a mammoth in G1 boxy glory.
Oh man,
it's beautiful.
That is beautiful.
And so like, but like the neatest part is that like they literally recreate the 80s level engineering. It's got the same shitty articulation. It's got the same little like barely functional arms with a little gun that's as big as the robot. but it's so fun to flip it back and forth because it's just like it's simple. It's simple enough that you can do it quickly, but not so simple that it's one of those one-step changers that you wonder why it's even a thing.
You gotta send me that because I've actually never heard of that. Because a lot of is Spanish Project still a thing, or didn't they like
They might
dissolve?
have broken up into smaller stuff or changed their name to avoid legal shit.
Yeah, because I feel like I've heard rumors that they split up into like 3 different companies technically. But I loved a lot of their stuff. Like I have a couple of their, I think it's Fan Project. Their Diaclone robot, and then they retooled that into Diatlas, and I have both of those, and they're pretty cool.
This is the guy that I have specifically.
Oh, that's
Dangro.
awesome. No, that is literally, yeah. I love that. That is so fucking cool.
Yeah, and like in the 4th picture, you can see what I mean with the little
Yeah, the little robot.
robot.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah. Also, the 2nd picture, you can have them ride their robot form, their beast modes.
That is fucking great. Yeah, the Saber-Tooth Tiger is very similar to the one from the Dinosaur.
Yeah.
Even the tail is like almost exact. That's
And
pretty
then
funny.
let me grab pictures of Here's the torso bot. And then the other one they have in stock is the Glyptodon. And I'm like, holy shit, they made a Glyptodon. They made a Transformer that's an 80s Glyptodon.
That is fucking awesome. I see what you mean.
It's specifically a Doedicarus. They've made one for a Doedicarus. Who even knows what that is? It isn't me.
I've never heard of it. It's cool looking though. Yeah, I see what you mean. Like the weapons are like bigger than they are.
Yeah, like one of my favorite parts is like the Doedicarus. Like obviously there's like a set of 5 total, and like they only sell okay, they did at one point sell the full set. Okay, the other one, the 5th one, so the other 2 are an Irish elk with massive antlers, and like that one's like holds its head as a sword as its robot mode, and then the 5th one is like a woolly rhino.
Wow.
But I love the way that both the Doedicarus and the rhino, they have like they have the foot is like integrated into their back. The foot's integrated into their back, and then
Wow.
they're like the hands of the combined mode are integrated into the mammoth, and so like it's just this really solid. It's like these look so good. They're so fun to flip around.
I'm looking up images of the final like combined mode. It looks pretty funny. I like it.
Mhm. It looks so good. It's like it's honestly kind of like you're looking at what's the word I'm looking for? It's like you're looking at the RPM Ultrazord.
Oh yeah,
It
yeah.
has the same energy as the RPM Ultrazord.
Just like tons of shit. Just a big heap of shit.
Yeah.
That's the charm of the 80s combiners though. Like I gotta say, like, yeah, most of them are like pretty bad, but I would say the Seacons are fucking awesome. And then what's the beast one? I can't remember his name. The
Predaking.
Predaking, there you go. That the Seacons and Predaking are my favorite even like the 80s ones, I feel like they're pretty cool. But
No, yeah, like when it comes to the 80s ones, I've actually found myself becoming more and more fond of the earlier ones, just because, like I mentioned, I'm using them for my Diaclone displays. And so the ones that matter most to me are the ones that still have the, like, vestigial base mode things that can combine with Metroplex.
oh yeah.
And so, like, I have the sets that I have is I have my knockoff Metroplex, I have my knockoff Protectobots, and then I got a set of someone's 2001 Bruticus Redeco, Ruination.
Ooh.
From the same series as Omega Prime.
Oh yeah. From our OGRID.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, OGRID. They just re-released G1 Bruticus in different colors.
That's cool.
They actually no, they did slightly retool it so that all of the extra weapons could be combined into super guns.
That's cool.
And so I got my hands on that as like an extra set to combine with Metroplex, and it works fantastic. And literally my only complaint about it is that, and I'm pretty sure this is just a factor of like the original release of it. I don't think it's a quality issue. But even if it was, it's like from the year I was born. How am I supposed to complain to them?
No, yeah.
He's got 2 left feet. He's got 2 left combiner feet.
Oh, yikes. Hasbro never changes. Well,
Hasbro never changes.
That's gonna be it. Evil Xana's gonna be here. Hold on, there you go. Evil Xana's here because I'm mad because I lost like an hour and a half of gameplay, but it wasn't that important. But I was so mad. Okay, I'm gonna turn that off. It's so fucking freaky. Alright, in all seriousness.
It's so freaky.
Azu, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for keeping us company. I really appreciate it. Thank you everyone who stuck around and watched the whole stream. Next week, low-key feel like playing another game. Not gonna lie to you guys. But I do also want to get done with this fucking game. So
That's fair.
I don't know. We're either going to lock in or switch games. We'll see what happens. We'll see how I'm feeling. But that's it. I will see everyone when I see ya. Bye.